3, 2, 1, go. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of WarHams. I like how I always forget every time we do so now we've done the fourth thing of this. I always have to panic, go to OBS and go, oh god, I'm gonna yell, and I have to like quickly bring the slider down so it doesn't destroy everyone's ears.
Hell yeah.
You tell us
every time.
We have a problem, Zoran. You tell us to yell and you're not prepared for us to yell.
No, yeah. I told you to say something neat or funny, but you all yelled instead. I have the recording. I have the receipts.
You can't prove that.
We're still accustomed to the first one. You can't be angry at us.
How do I know you didn't deep fake that, Zoran? You're just deep faking the screaming.
That's a good point there. But so we are here for WarHams, everyone. Welcome everyone back to another episode of WarHams. I am your host, ZoranTheBear, and I would like to introduce you to our lovely, contestants here. I'm going to kind of go and start bringing around the horn here and tell you who your players are. First off, playing our illustrious Skitarii is...
Speaker D, hello! I am one of the lead writers for If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. I'm the voice of the Emperor, an Astrobio Vect, and today my character is the perfidious Braine.
And next up we have our resident medic, the Inquisitorial Acolyte, who is played by...
Earndil, and I am also a lead writer. I'm one of the two lead writers on If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. I do voice acting bits, and I am indeed playing as Reeb Van Horn, and he has a very blasted back hairstyle. You cannot ask him for tips. He is very good at his job. Do not ask him.
And captain of the ship is...
HulkyKrow. I am a voice actor for The Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech Device. I currently play Kayvon Shrike, and I will be playing Captain Zedek, the perpetually challenged captain.
And, of course, the one leading us to our doom is our illustrious game master, Thurston Hillman. If we could all give him a little just clap round of applause or something.
Hi. I look forward to the next arc in our ongoing misadventures now that we have finished the Rattling arc. Who knows what Alpha and I have cooked up for the next arc, but it's going to start today.
And you can all find all our information down in the little boxes there below, which will now be disappearing. Boop. And welcome, everyone, back to WarHams. If you have not been here before, allow me to introduce you to what this kind of overlay stuff does. And if you're listening to us on audio, welcome back. We hope you enjoy your drive home for this basically 3-hour adventure. So, as you may have noticed, you guys can help contribute to the show, and we prioritize fun than someone's wallets here. So, once these things are filled up, that's as far as they're going. We're not going to go over the Glory Die, the Wrath Die, and the Wrath Die. So, the Wrath Die, you kind of see, you can kind of look at my portrait here as it lights up blue with the old man with the big beard. That is a Wrath Die. This allows us to basically re-roll. Or not reroll failed rolls. Basically, if you played normal tabletop 40k, when you roll your d6s and the failed ones, you want to reroll the fails. That kind of allows us to do that for the tabletop system that we're using, which is Wrath and Glory, made by Cubicle 7. Additionally, we have on the bottom tier here, which are the Glory die, which are now going to be set to 0 because we start every session with none of these.
No glory.
No glory, but unfortunately, our illustrious game master here starts with 4, which are the red dice here, which are called ruin dice. He's able to use these to keep enemies alive. And we encourage him to try to mess us up because you, chat, can contribute to a lot of these. And yes, I know one of the slide things are still inaccurate in terms of a typo. Leave me alone. So basically, these things you can see on screen, you are able to donate and contribute dice basically to the game. So this is a way you can kind of influence things. And for our awesome Patreon supporters, we've gotten complications. We have lists for names to be a servitor in the show when servitors do show up, and a whole bunch of other stuff. So we greatly appreciate you guys contributing to the show so far. You guys have been absolutely amazing. So we're going to pay for a ton of amazing art and amazing assets that we were trying to get together to put on for the show. So That's majority of the preamble stuff. And just a last reminder, if you guys help us out and get back to 1,000 concurrent viewers on Twitch, we're giving away some stuff. So I greatly appreciate if you guys spread the word. One of the best ways to kind of help out with the show is basically telling your Discord folks, spreading it all around, giving people a heads up. And because we would like to basically kick some butt and everything else. Is more than a single rulebook for the thing. We're probably just going to do one single rulebook for now just to make sure we can get that system right. But I think we'll just start making them more regular once we hit that bit. So every single time we hit it, we give one away. So with that, I think that's the majority of the stuff we have, along with we are not experts at a whole bunch of table RPG games. Even though our game master, Thurston Hillman, is a absolute legend in terms of the tabletop RPG field due to all his experience, we can still get things wrong. So if you notice, if we're playing Wrath and Glory and we mess up a rule or we did something wrong or something, it's either for a narrative purpose so we can just move along with the show. We're not... because we are under a time limit here and try to bring in as much funnies as possible. But please be aware, we are probably going to mess up a rule here and there. And please inform us on our Twitter account at WarHams Show on Twitter if you notice something we did egregiously wrong, so we can fix it in the future. There's still bits and bobs of every tabletop RPG games we may miss. So with that, I think that's all we had to say for the day. And Thurston Hillman, what do you have for us today?
You stole my usual intro bit about the rules thing, you thief.
I'm trying to make the beginning intro things a little bit shorter so we don't have to, so Alpha doesn't sit there and hate us.
Well, I have one thing that I do want to quickly mention. We had some questions about it before we jump right in. Our players got some experience after the completion of the lovely rattling arc we just came through. All of our players ended up gaining 26 experience points. Experience in Wrath and Glory is a resource that can be spent to purchase upgrades, be they attributes, skills, talents, that kind of stuff. Some of our characters also had some extra experience from the latest errata that Wrath and Glory put out. So really quick, I'm just gonna go down the horn here from everyone just to give a quick summary of what you got that's new about your character with that experience, and we'll start with Braine.
Yes. Do you want me to explain it, or should you?
Yeah. You.
Yeah. Just a quick summary.
Yeah,
very quick summary. I will be exceedingly quick. So Pi decided to add +1 to his weapon skill, giving him a weapon skill of 5. He obtained the counterattack talent, which makes him a more veritable threat in the battlefield. 2 points in the tech skill and 1 point in scholar.
Bam. Reeb Van Horn, what did you do?
Reeb spent his time studying because Braine got him a whole bunch of crap from the Lord of Science, so he got 2+ to Scholar, and I have to save the rest because everyone else got some refunds on experience because errata is bullshit.
Wow, and you got none from that errata. Sorry, Reeb.
It's fine. I got an extra 2 in Scholar, so that'll be helpful because now I'm still smarter than Pi.
Good. Captain Zedek, what do you got going on?
So being traumatized by being beaten with various cooking implements, sausages, and baguettes, Zedek goes to his quarters and peruses his father's previous belongings and finds a very old piece of Imperial archaeo-literature. The only title that survived was Dance Steps for Space. We don't know what came after space, but using this led a dance-based combat workshop on the Lido deck, and now he can sidestep and is slightly better in melee combat.
Excellent. And then that leaves me with the one I'm most worried about here. Lorn, what did you take?
I took more psychic powers, and I'm a psyker, and psykers are really weird in Wrath and Glory and any Warhammer 40k game. And there's a talent that allowed me to basically go into another psychic discipline, and I really wanted this spell called Wall of Flame, which is overpowered as hell, but we decided not to take it. But instead, I got a psychic power called Molten Beam, and I think, and the other one was Flame Breath. So I basically can vomit flame from a distance, and I can look at someone really hard and melta beam them to death. So it's going to be super exciting being able to just look at someone and just destroy them. So I'm super excited.
Zoran, you are not a bright wizard. Calm down.
Wow, not yet.
Working towards it. All right, cool, perfect. I just wanted to go over that so everyone knew, because our players advance as they get some downtime between their adventures, and downtime they have. So we begin our adventure with a bit of a recap. Our glorious band of PCs have managed to escape the world of Fartham 4 after being chased by a band of cannibal ratlings. At the end of that, they managed to secure a host of 1,000 ratlings willing to be trained as soldiers for the ongoing crusade, which have now been bunked in the lower decks of the debt collector. They've also secured various foodstuff supplies, led by the new planetary capital of Happy Feastings and its subsidiary farm of Meat Place Alpha.
Yes!
And the players have also captured the Divine Lord of Science, who is now imprisoned on board the debt collector. And at the end of last session, Reeb had managed to, with some jumper cables, bring the original emissary group's engine seer back to life, though she is now on critical support in the debt collector's Medicaid wing. Where we last left at the end of our previous adventure, the PCs had received a signal communication from one Slyburgo de Fuckerby, who had caused the cannibal insurrection on the planet and then escaped into the warp on board his ship to report back to Catchaven Nord and beat the PCs. So from there, the debt collector has entered the warp and is making its way back to the rendezvous point with Catchaven Nord. And this kind of brings us to where we're at, traveling through the warp on board the debt collector. So with that, the warp travel can take some time. It can take days, it can take weeks, it can take years. Who knows? So everyone has this sort of indeterminate amount of time to enjoy themselves on board the debt collector. However, the first thing that I believe has happened, handled by one Lorn and by Braine, is that Tater Tot, everyone's favorite small rattling child, has been placed into servitor daycare, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes. It is a hard decision to make, Lorn, but it is the only one that is responsible. After all, I don't want to take care of him.
Yes, it is it is very unfortunate, but we can't be toting a child around the entire time, so I do believe it'll be best to put him in the servitor daycare. I mean, the servitors usually are taken care of the same as babies anyway, so he'll be fine.
Yes. And, I have lots of important stuff to do, so I can't yell at Tater Tot every day.
Yes. I believe we must, put him in daycare where he's nice and safe. We'll check on him ever so often, I believe.
Play with blocks.
What servitor is that one? Who said that
would
one?
That would be the servitor designated as, appropriately, hello, son. Thank you for that Patreon.
Does he just have like a giant sign, like a T-shirt or something, like over like a horrible?
It's this awful like baby blue T-shirt with "Hello Son" written on it, and the decayed gray flesh showing underneath.
You just see him towering, just like "Hello, son." And he just has blocks. He's wearing flip flops and like khaki shorts with a beer gut with a blue shirt and everything.
Along with "Hello, Son," there are 3 other servitors currently at Servitor Daycare. I'd like to highlight Theodran, Zydok, and the Doorman. I believe the Doorman simply stands at the door saying, "Greetings," anytime anyone comes in.
Is he literally an embodiment of the Hitchhiker's Guide doors? To be just with his arm is plugged into a socket, only destined to open and close doors. Just one door.
Maybe it's like even more grimdark. Maybe he's like physically attached to the door and is just this torso on a door.
Oh. Is it like just like a head sticking out by like a long cylinder on top of a door frame, and the door has like tiny little arms
every time it slides in, he hits his like pow and goes inside the cavity for the door.
Yeah, it causes him incredible pain to open it.
You guys are fixating way too much on these jury-rigged servitors.
And I will also say that Theodran is responsible for the crayons section, and Zedek is in charge of nap time. This is a very efficient daycare that we have entrusted Tater Tot to.
Of course.
Does the poor child, does he even have somewhere to live on the ship, or he's permanently in daycare?
The daycare.
This is basically just the Enterprise, except grimdark. It's fine.
Yeah,
See,
exactly.
I'm sure I could pull up like the bottom door of my armoire out, and he could make a little nest in there. Out
You
of
are
my
going to be
spare
Jean-Luc
clothes.
Picard, and you are going to hate children, and you are going to like it.
I am not going to hate children. Don't make me do this.
Oh man, do we get to have Captain Zedek Day?
Yes.
Happy Captain Zedek Day.
Captain Zedek Day.
That's going into the GM ammunition vault.
Okay, I'm going to resurface my sculpting skills, and I'm going to make a shitty bust of Captain Zedek and photograph it.
Oh my god.
Yes. All right. So with the Tater Tot Servitor Daycare established, I would like to quickly going down the list of the order I have established, starting with Reeb Van Horn. Reeb, you've been in the warp. Probably coming up on a week now. What have you been spending your time mostly doing as the ship is going through the warp?
Reeb has mainly been spending his time polishing the newfound femur bone, which he took he took both the femur bones, but he gave the good one to Pi because Pi was asking for it. He's like, yeah, sure, take it. He's been ensuring that his collection of morbid curiosities is well tended to, of which it consists of one very long femur bone, but he's working on it. And in addition to that, he's been checking up on the miraculously alive. I'm pretty sure she's more bullet hole than engine seer at this point, but he's like, it's part of his job. He's like, I brought you back from the dead, so I guess I better take good care and make sure that you do not die again. That would be very embarrassing for me. So he's obviously been spending most of his time in the med bay and tending to his collection and creating vaccines for potential plagues, but obviously none of them will be useful because who knows?
Because who knows? Okay, perfect. Pi Braine, what have you been doing with your time?
Well, Pi Braine has gone on a marvelous adventure. He spent the first half of this voyage making the horrible servitors that have been making up servitor daycare for our dearest little man. If Doorman is an abomination, it's probably Pi's fault. But what else he's been doing is that he decided that he wanted to go and get that femur bone gold plated. So he went down to the depths of the fucking manufactorum, like inner reactor workings of the ship, and ran into some of the worker gangs. And while he was getting his femur gold plated and metallic, he saw like some worker gang wars happening. And so he decided for like a recreational activity, he would start hunting them for sport. And so every so often, he just decides to go down there and just start hunting people like the Predator.
The fuck?
The what?
What?
I'm sitting here trying to fix shit and stream elements, and then all of a sudden I hear you're going General Grievous on some fucking Jedi. The fuck happened?
Well, yeah, it's like he went down there and they probably made fun of him, called him weird bone boy, and Pi took some umbrage at that. So he just decided, you know what I will do? I will stalk the shadows of the night and teach you fear. And that's what he's been doing for a couple days.
Does eyes turn red when he's in predator mode?
Yes.
It the shutters in the eyes adjust so it's angry eyes, and it's
no, yeah. They don't turn red. They just get shutters come down, so they're angry eye face.
How about this instead? Your voice goes all Christian Bale,
you are the one who I stalk in the night. Where's Scarecrow? Where's the bomb? Oh.
I don't think his voice would change at all, or his attitude. I think he would just be no, no. And that's how he hunts people.
It's you're just in a dark alley and there's some worker that we're cutting to walking down with I don't know, some kind of bucket that they're holding, and just every few steps, no! What was that? What was that?
That bucket is dumb!
All right, that's interesting.
I'm next.
I'm glad we learned that. No, you're not next.
I am next. My entire downtime activity is that I put on a mask and put on a cape, and I am the bearded Baron, and I am hunting down this predator that has been stalking the ship, and I will bring this bastard to justice. And it's just we're both I'm a superhero trying to help the weak, and I'm just an old man, so I can't fucking do anything. So I'm using second psychic powers to try to solve these mysteries. Going, I see that this one has been eviscerated by something from the Adeptus Mechanicus. I wonder who that might be, but my arch nemesis must be nearby. And I will just continue to hunt, find oil stains or like oil drops on the floor, and like taste it. Smells like Skitari, but it can't be him. It can't be my beloved comrade. And I'll just keep hunting the halls. That's my downtime activity. While also reading a book.
Can I please interject and just say that sometimes, like, you guys will bump into Reeb when he's like looking for spare parts to give to the engine seer, and you're both doing your stupid little bit, and he just says, some of us have jobs,
I like the idea Lorn and Pi leave the reactor room at the same time every day, and they have no idea that they're like at the same place doing the same thing.
So I want to
every day they just never question it.
I want to hop in here because what we've just discussed is a spin-off of a spin-off of a spin-off that now has a new spin-off.
When does the tornado start, man?
Even though it was a good idea and you know it.
I'm going to have to spin this top to see if we're living in a simulation.
All right. Well, that's the thing. Captain Zedek, what have you been doing during your downtime?
In my downtime, I've been checking up on, quite honestly, anything but what the tech priest has told me to check up on, knowing that it will give her any ammunition to use against me. So
Okay.
I've just been looking up on the various cults that are running around in the lower decks, almost certainly endangering the ship, but also repairing it, because I don't know their motives. Maybe on the topic of daycare, making a little bed in the corner for the small child if he ever comes up and wants somewhere nicer. But honestly, probably just watching what's happening and just looking at the security systems like, why are they hunting each other? Why are they doing this? We've lost 3 people in 2 days. Where have they gone? Who took them?
That way, I'm on the case. And I run away.
Where's the
flapping.
music coming from? I didn't authorize that.
I'm doing it myself.
Psychic music.
You've just got a cat bed in the ops section waiting for Tater Tot to come up so we can go up like a fucking cat and just sit there.
For his part in it, Pi has no idea that he is the person that Zedek is talking about.
And Captain Zedek like has this bed set up, and it's very clearly like he just every time he comes into his office, he looks at it longingly, like one day Tater Tot will come and visit me. But no, he's just in servitor daycare.
I worry for this child. I hope the dance class went well. Those people didn't really do too good in it.
So where our adventure begins, Lorn, between your downtime, there's been something causing you quite a bit of problem, and maybe why you haven't found your nemesis on board the ship. This ship smells awful.
Ugh.
Like the last week, you've had trouble sleeping because this ship smells so bad.
I've been having trouble sleeping because it smells so bad.
Thanks. So as you are trying to
in my
sleep,
room.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, it doesn't work. It's not
All
fixing
continue on,
anything.
Game Master. My bad.
You're good. No, you have been just having difficulty sleeping. It's causing you to just be more disturbed than usual. This is supposed to be a fairly relaxing trip through the hellscape of the warp, but it hasn't been, because every time you take a moment to breathe, you breathe in this awful, like, pungent smell that, like, is this like bouquet of, like, rancid cheese and feet and all sorts of other smells mashed together.
It smells like all that things that got described in my head. Ugh. I immediately go to my, okay, what is my room? Do I have like a closet or something? Like,
yeah, you probably just live in a closet.
Okay, okay. I leave my closet and get rid of the brooms and the mops or whatever out the deal. Angry, and I begin to march to Captain Zedek's chambers.
Okay. At this point, you would know that Captain Zedek isn't in his quarters. He would be in the Strategium at this point.
Yeah, whatever that word is. I go there.
The bridge. He's on the bridge.
Yeah, that thing. I go to it.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm
you-
in
you
like
find-
like a nightgown. Like I'm like that like a night dress thing with the floppy hat.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely. And you find yourself coming up to the Strategium with a bit of a skeletal crew working, and we see standing on the bridge is Lieutenant Ransom talking to Captain Zedek, and just gonna share something with everyone here. We got some fancy new artwork. Bam!
Hey.
This is from Rude Rubicant. Her Twitter is at rrrubicante, RUBICANTE. She does amazing art, and you're gonna love it.
Yeah, and so
very
Lieutenant
different from what I was expecting.
Yeah,
It's very
Lieutenant
jovial.
Ransom is in this blue naval uniform. His hands are sort of outstretched, talking to Captain Zedek. He has this almost kindly grandfatherly appearance. And Lorn, you're coming in almost as if on cue to Ransom talking with Zedek. Sir, the smell has gotten worse in the lower decks.
I don't know what the cause is. I thought we sent a cleaning crew down there 2 weeks ago, and they haven't come back?
3 of them now, sir.
Oh, no.
And we have another problem related to this.
There's something worse than the smell?
The ratlings are starting to talk about it.
They're starting to talk?
Horrible
starting-
news indeed.
Oh.
As you walk up in
As
your
I arrive.
nightgown.
Yeah, this is some bullshit, Zedek. I paid for a certain room, and one, I'm in a fucking closet, and two, your shit stinks. The fuck?
1, you didn't pay for anything. 2, this is my ship. And 3, you asked for that closet. 4,
I
don't
didn't
know where
ask
the
for
smell came
shit.
from.
You put me in there because you were scared I was gonna go woogly magic on you.
You skittered in there and barricaded the door.
Yeah, because you had guns on me.
Needless to say, I don't know where the source of the smell is. We're trying to suss that out right now. Apparently, the ratlings themselves are starting to know about it, and the hedonistic little bastards.
rumors going on, sir. It's
What rumors?
They're starting to spread amongst the regular citizens.
The
What
regulars.
rumors.
The citizens.
Quotation marks.
They call
From
themselves
citizens.
that. We are a flying city in space. We might as well call them citizens.
That's right. There are 26,000 people on board this vessel.
That's a little loud, Zedek. You probably need to punk the numbers up.
Ransom, what are they talking about? What's the rumor?
I don't know. I don't fraternize with lower class citizens. I just know that there are rumors.
Okay, Ransom, all right. I mean,
I have a
Fuck you,
job
all
to
right.
do, and I do it.
and you do your job well, Ransom. Do we have any leads on the source of the
can
smell?
both of you, Lorn and Captain Zedek, give me an insight check, please?
Happily.
Sure can.
Yeah.
After I find where that is.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Oh,
Captain
boy.
Zedek starts off with a complication.
Woo!
And Lorn,
Yeah! Complication CD! It's gonna be great.
all right, so Captain Zedek, you managed to succeed the check, but there's a complication. And Lorn, you just like completely whiff and get a complication.
That's my life,
so-
don't worry.
It's fine. I'm going to pull out from some of our lovely Patreon complications here. And in fact, I have one that's going to be really, really good here. And I'm going to apply it to both of... Actually, no, I'll apply it to Lorn for this one since he failed.
Oh, fuck you. I want him to suffer.
I'll get to him.
Hey,
Lorn,
he succeeded. You failed.
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll get to that as well. So what's going to happen here is, real quick, Captain Zedek, you notice as like Lieutenant Ransom makes his commentary on how he doesn't associate with the lower citizens. Like all of the crews, like at their stations here, even though it's a skeleton shift, there's still a couple dozen. They all share these like very worried glances at one another, like they are terrified of this man. And he runs a tight ship on this bridge, so you recognize there's a lot of like Ransom is imposing order here. Now, as far as complications go, I'd like to thank Cry Havoc 884 for this complication that will apply to Lorn, called Sins of the Past. The character suddenly remembers a highly embarrassing moment from their past, making social interaction more difficult. So like as you're looking around trying to gauge things from like the people in the room, how does that complication fit?
Okay, I can't think of a good one off the top. Help me out here, everybody else. What embarrassing thing should I remember as Lorn? I'm full willing to take whatever.
From the chat or from us?
You guys.
I mean, you're from Fenris.
Yeah, from Fenris. I'm an old man. Things happen.
Being from Fenris is pretty embarrassing. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that is true. That is true. We can go the whole high school route. Go ahead.
I got it. All right, you're looking at Lieutenant Ransom. Ransom is a silver fox. He's an old man. He looks good, but he doesn't have a beard. It reminds you of the time when you were stuck in a forest filled with nothing but red and yellow snow, and you had nothing to eat but your own beard, and you had to chew it up, and you just reminded it of this horrible thing.
I start hugging my beard. I'm just I start. It's stinky and I leave. And I just abandon the conversation, just crippled fear, just hugging my beard, going, "It's okay, I won't eat you. It's okay."
I raise my finger to speak, and I just put it down. I'm like, no, not today.
And yeah, so you leave in a complete huff, Lorn. Captain Zedek, your complication doesn't have an immediate effect. You just feel this like this shiver, like something bad has happened. Like you saw something as Lorn was leaving just out of the corner of your eye in the doorway, and almost like you heard a chuckle, like a but that was it. That's all you kind of noticed. Aside from succeeding and noticing that your crew is terrified of your second in command.
Mm-hmm.
For a second there, I think I saw Belba Creepfoot in the corner.
No.
Just waiting.
No.
Lorn, you have exit. Like, are you like leaving the bridge and just?
I'm like leaving the conversation. I'm still kind of nearby. I'm just kind of more or less in a nearby corner, just hugging my beard, going, "It's okay. They won't get you."
Are you like manically combing it?
Yeah, just.
Sir, I think that you may wish to assemble your team and go and meet with the Ratlings. They may have some information, or at least we should stop these rumors. They're bad for morale.
I mean, I suppose we could. Telling people you don't talk to them even though they're running the ship also doesn't help with morale, but you know what? You're doing your job here, so I suppose it's okay. Let the crew know that I value all of your positions and not letting us die to psychic horrors.
Excellent. I'll summon the Z team. I press like a button.
Oh God, Lord, where did you come from?
Understand
I'm over here
your
now.
orders, sir. To the letter.
I will go over to the Vox feed and get on the comm system.
Okay. Where are you commsing to?
I'm commissing the entire ship because I don't know where the remaining 3 of them are. I guess Lorn, he came back, so he's fine.
Lorn's still
I'm
there.
here. Hello.
Attention,
I'm
Ambassador Ambassadorum, Ambassadorum squad, it's an early day for me. Report to the bridge. We have a problem again.
Pi and Reeb, do you make your way up there?
Yeah!
Ian summoned, so I guess I got it. I mean, I'll drop whatever I'm doing, probably end the collection at this point. My collection of 1.
You're just sitting there admiring the thigh bone, and then you're like, action.
Time to move on.
Yeah, shortly after you, like, both Pi and Reeb, you show up on the bridge. As you do, you see, like, Lorn standing by Captain Zedek, furiously combing his beard with his fingers. Seems a bit off compared to normal, but otherwise okay. And you see Zedek, you see the other 2 come in.
Yeah, Pi is obviously covered in blood. But it's like otherwise just completely normal. Anyways, hey everybody.
You don't look good at all. I walk up and I rip off my nightgown. It just reveals all my armor and everything underneath, like I'm fully geared already. And I say, oh, here you go. Use this to wipe off the blood.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. just car wax.
Yeah.
Braine, why are you covered in blood?
What? I don't understand.
There's some WD-40 here.
So anyway, what's going on?
Of course, yeah.
Zedek, looking at this, pulls a small hip flask out of his coat, drinks it to the bottom, and puts it back in. Well, thank you for coming, although I don't think you had a choice. It seems like the smell on the ship is getting worse, and apparently people are starting to talk about it. So I guess we have to do what the janitors can't and find the source of the problem. I'm not going to ask why you're covered in blood. I just assume that you might be at this point.
Yeah.
But do any of you know anything more about the scent? The stench?
I know it's stinky, and that's
besides the fact that it's a smelly smell that smells smelly.
Pie and
raises his hand.
you have not had like any kind of experience with a truly awful smell.
Pie
So
raises his
this
hand.
is the first time me and him were smelling
Yeah,
this then.
absolutely. Or just being told of it. You're not even smelling anything. It's just being told that there's a smell.
All right. Reeb is going to think about this for a moment, casually sniff the air, very audibly going, Captain, I'm going to very slowly approach the captain.
Yes, Reeb.
Is it possible that your olfactory senses, i.e. your nose in this case, is playing a bit of a trick on you, as I do not sense anything at the moment?
Well, I can tell you I haven't really noticed it as bad as the other crew members have, although it seems as though the ratlings, the gross hedonistic little bastards they may be, have started to notice the smell on the lower decks and are getting uppity about it. I will not tolerate uppity ratlings after what we just witnessed.
Terrific.
So it clearly must be bad.
All right. Well, I suppose I can go ahead and get a round of testing going to see if there's anything going on down there. I can possibly test the air for the usual things, just standard decay, coolant leaks, kung pao penis, all that.
Huh? What was that last thing you said, Reeb?
Yes, it's a type of dish that they were talking about. It's something they sell.
I turn around to the hooded figure and all right, here's the money. He said it, and then I turn around. Watch it skitter into the shadows.
Some wretched form. The pact is made.
It's something that ratlings make. I do talk to them,
Oh my god. They can talk?
You
Yes.
socialize
Rarely.
with them?
I have to do medical rounds, I am the chief medical officer.
But we don't.
Part of my job.
What
Not that
happened?
either of you two would know what that is.
What happened to the other Medicaid on the ship?
They're busy. I have them tending to the engines here while I'm not doing that.
Oh,
I'll have you
raises
know
his
it's
hand.
very difficult. She is mostly dead,
Captain Zedek, I have a question.
What?
Can I be the chief of something?
Let me go down. I'm gonna pull out a data slate that's nearby and see if there's any openings.
I immediately rush up to Zedek and I'm like, look at this one. Look at this one on the entry. The chief of the sewer maintenance crew.
I don't think he'll like being the chief of the sewer maintenance.
He
Hey, Braine,
asked
do you want to go
him.
work in the subs and fix the problems that are down there?
We have subs?
No, sump.
Sump?
Yes, the gross pipes that carry all the waste around the ship, and I guess some water, but it's mostly reused.
Water. I miss the ocean. No, I quit.
Oh, okay.
No, give me a good one. I want to be like chief of red.
GM,
Just
can
let
I
him
make
have
I suppose, scholar check to see what we have open on our crew roster?
I mean, you don't have to make a skill check. You know what's available on your ship. And generally speaking, you have the senior tech priest position filled. You have your second in command filled. You have your astropath. You have your navigator. All of those are filled positions. Everything else is a little more battle royale-ish on this ship, and maybe changes with the ebb and flow of the times.
I mean, with all these recent murders around, some random position might be open. Maybe he should be chief of, I don't know, particle board. I don't know.
What's
I want
a particle board.
to be the chief of everything that is colored red.
Don't do it. You're wearing red. It would supersede your orders. Let's do this.
I have an idea.
Go ahead.
Okay.
I've been having trouble with our other tech priest on the ship. Why don't you do me and eventually everybody a favor and find out how to fix the problems that she has, or at the very least, stop her from sending me her list of problems every time we go somewhere.
What? Fix? I'm a great tech priest. I'm so good at fixing things. I'm sure it is all not even worth my time, honestly, to talk to the other tech priestess about fixing things. I'm sure she's doing a good job.
Thurston.
Yes, Reeb.
Can I just roll an insight to see what his tech skill is?
yes, please.
Also, as you're doing that, I'm just waiting at some point for Discord to kind of like go blorp and like make Speaker D a robot, like you know how Discord likes to do that, to where he's just doing his rants and all of a sudden, and then it just it'll just fit perfectly for him, but it'll look like we're the war for the others.
It'll be
Just wait one day.
Yeah, Reeb, you have a sense that Braine knows about tech, but probably doesn't know the deeper secrets of technology.
Good
Skitari, not good tech priest.
Can you tell me, Speaker? Can you relate to me what your current tech role is?
My tech is at 3, but for most of this adventure, it's been at 1. And my dice pool is 6.
Okay, so I am just 1 below you with no skill in tech.
Yes. and you can tell that I have been diligently working at trying to get really good at tech stuff. And it's
STDs for dummies. Yes.
Yeah. Like Pi is someone who only barely now knows what he's talking about.
Hang on, we actually have I was glancing over a chat. There's a good suggestion. Reeb is going to mention it actually.
Okay.
Would it be possible, Captain, since good old Braine here is so keen on using his weapon, I will rub my thumb along the length of his robe and no doubt pull off a lot of blood.
Uh-huh.
Would it be perhaps in our interest if we put him in charge of being chief of security?
I suppose we could. It seems like that position frequently opens up anyway, and
Yeah, a lot.
given his
Really.
propensity
I
for
have
brutally
questions
murdering
about
any
this
problem.
appointment, sir.
Yeah.
What? You dare challenge your chief of security?
You're not chief yet. Calm down. What is it, Ransom?
Okay.
I just want to make sure that this chief of security is more related to the citizenry of the ship and not the officers. We cannot have someone looking into the lives and affairs of our officers.
All right, I find to remember it being a social position. Tell me, Braine, are you good with that? You
What?
mind socializing?
I think most officers are very boring people, and I make no promises, but I am very easily distracted, so it's probably
As
fine.
long as you do not look into our officer cadre, I will not oppose this decision, sir.
I have concerns with that statement, but you know what? Sure, Braine, if you can learn how to talk to people like a normal person, the position's yours, and you'll get a cool hat.
I get a cool hat. Do I get a sash?
We could probably make a sash.
Yes. My status grows. Soon the legend of Lemuria shall hold the stars in its grip. All right,
everybody. We still have a stinky problem here. And I believe some reports or something may have come in and help pinpoint it. Or we can go talk to the Rattlings and see what's been going on. See if they're the source of it.
Let's start with the reports and see if we can glean anything from them. And when the people inevitably cannot tell us where they are, we will go ask the people who are sniffing it out themselves.
Excellent.
This is not your average stinky. This is big stinky, and I don't like that.
The reports that you have, like that Ransom is collated for you, are mostly just reports from the lower decks of the ships indicating like there seems to be a bad smell, and they have all been sort of put together and coming in from all different avenues of the lower decks. There's nothing coherent among them yet. Just an increase in the number of.
So now we can.
Surmised.
Yeah, I suspect now we can just head over to the rattlings and see what's going on.
Yes.
Time to go to the mega elevator.
So you make your way into the lower holds where the rattlings have been put up. They've been set up in kind of this run down, really not too often used section of the ship, where they have essentially turned it into a training ground. Specifically, Belba Creepfoot has set up an intense training and stealth regimen that she's been putting through putting the other rattlings through. And you emerge into the area, which is these long halls that are all filled with debris. Like parts of the bulkheads and walls have just collapsed and form, these trails of wreckage in the hulls themselves that you're forced to step around or move to the side. There's no straight paths in here because it looks like everything is sort of broken and fallen apart, or there's flickering light, and there's this smell, this acrid smell in the air. Not a stink smell, but more of like smell of chemicals. And yeah, you come down here and the lights are just flickering on and off like
I don't think this deck was in disrepair the last time I came down here.
Nice ship, Zedek. As I could see.
Captain, Captain, I need to ask, do we have an engineering crew? Or has Gamu been sending us those messages in the hopes that we were going to be getting a resident tech priest to fix these issues?
No, I think she intends for me to fix them. In theory, we have an engineering crew, but then again, I've avoided any sort of contact with the alleged engineering crew, knowing that I would have my ass reamed for not fixing the problems.
Captain, what do you mean in theory?
Yeah.
Did you not hire an engineering crew? Have we been going through here with our ship steadily wasting away behind us as though it has been afflicted with some kind of necrotizing fasciitis, falling apart behind us while we are puttering through the warp?
We have at least one person who can make repairs.
Pie
I can tell you that.
Pie does not count.
Reeb,
Not
as you
Pie.
shout this from behind you, you just hear this.
If you want to survive in the shadows, you've got to be quiet.
Belba, please.
And you turn around to see Belba eye to eye with you as she's standing on a wooden crate that has suddenly appeared behind you with her on top of it.
Oh yeah, now I get a really good sense of scale with how fucking small she is.
Yes.
Hello, Belba!
Belba, what have you done to my beautiful ship?
I haven't done anything. You gave us this part of the ship. It was like this when we got here.
Haha, no, it wasn't. It totally was normal. I take good care of my
like
ship.
He's full of shit. Like, nah.
I assumed you gave it to us because you thought we could live here because we're hardy people.
Sure, it totally, yes, that is the reason. And it looks to be something like...
We've been focusing on securing the doors and connectors to the other parts of the ship. We've set up choke points in case it gets through.
What is it? What?
You know about it, don't you? The thing that exists in the lowest parts of this ship. It's a legend from our homeworld, but we know it's here.
Why is always the lowest part of the ship? Why is it never like the top?
If I were a monster, I would go to the top of a ship.
Because
Top of the ship.
what they always say is that it always goes downhill.
Oh.
Belbo, what is this thing that has allegedly followed you from Fartham for?
It's always been here. It didn't follow us, it was here.
No, it wasn't. I know what's on my ship, and I know that we didn't have a monster.
I've
Do
talked
you?
to the crew.
You literally didn't
We've
know if you had
asked.
engineering crew.
The other rattlers danced around. Me and my people, we found it out. It's been here a while. Your crew says the smell's been here a while now.
Do you have any leads on the source of the smell? Because that's why we're here.
Not yet, but we're sure it can only be one thing. It's gotta be an excremental.
Oh, I hate this.
Not again.
What?
So funny story about that.
What?
Not long after I got the ship, there was a problem reported of the same variety, if not similar.
And you just sat on it?
No, I sent some septic crews down there to take care of it.
And you never checked up on them.
We got green across the board, so I assumed it was fine.
Did
So
they
it
come
probably-
back, Zedek?
I don't know. There's like 32,000 people here.
How the fuck did you send a crew and not check up on the crew and make sure the job was done?
Look at where you are and ask me that question again.
And like you suddenly turn to hear the sound of two servitors that are walking into walls.
I'm going to walk up to one of the servitors.
Yeah, Pi, you walk up and you see like plated on the back of its neck is this title that's been written in binaric that reads Shuffman 89.
I will perform percussive maintenance on Shuffman 89.
Yeah, you can give me a tech check. And as you're doing that, Belba looks at you, Captain Zedek.
It also seems the servitors we were assigned don't really
Oh!
work.
Oh, Braine got a 6. He did a thing. He did a
He got the
thing.
maximum amount of points he could possibly get on a roll. Good job. You are now a wizard.
I'm a tech priest! Of course! Braine is like really excited. I've always wanted this!
So with your success, what were you trying to do? Like you're like, I make a tech chest. What are you trying to do?
Well, I'm trying to like fix this tech creature that is like banging into walls, and I want this thing to be like fully operational, optimized, able to respond to our questions, and I'm going to start asking it some.
Compliant.
I'm sorry, I usually don't get this far. What is happening with the excremental?
Designation unknown. Excremental.
What is the source of the septic disruption?
Unknown. Am not programmed.
What the hell is your programming then?
Programming is maintenance walkways.
I look at the walkways. I'm like, yeah, that seems right.
Well, can you do your job?
The other one, as this conversation, the second one is still bashing into the wall beside it.
Kung, kung, kung.
Yeah, this is just loud metallic echo through the area, and Belba just looks kind of unimpressed at Captain Zedek. Reeb, what are you doing during this?
I'm Reeb is casually thinking to himself about the hit anime Berserk 2016 and the clang noise. But
Oh my god.
Reeb is mostly just trying to. He's still probing the air, trying to find this supposed wretched stench that is happening. Am I actually getting anything, or
You can give me an awareness test. Absolutely.
this will be interesting. Fortunately, that is it's not bad. It's just no, but yeah.
Oh,
fucking
wow.
hell. Oh, it's not bad.
You got an
Yeah,
8 total.
Whoa!
So when you actually pause to focus and like take in a deep breath of air and sniff, you taste the chemicals in the air, but then there's just this smell of awful that underlines it, and it seems to be coming far off in the distance.
Awful as in A awful or O awful?
Oh, awful.
Can I do a Medicaid to see if I can recognize whatever that wretched off-gassing stench is?
It's some kind of like excrement or other assembly of just rotting foods and or meats.
Okay, so that narrows a few things down in my mind, but I don't think I can do anything until the rest of my team finishes messing with the Pathfinder observatories.
Clang. Lorn, what are you doing during this?
I'm chilling. Next.
Thanks, Lord.
Good.
We're secure here, but you better secure your ship, Captain Zedek. I'll have the rest of these ratlings trained and ready for when you need to deploy us.
Sure, you know what?
And you start hearing this like exerted like noise, like, and then you hear this clang, 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 clang. No.
Turn to see the source of the noise?
Yeah, what you see
I too turned
is
to see
this-
the source of the noise.
and like coming down the hall, the direction slightly up ahead where Pi is with the two servitors, you see turning the edge of the corner is this ratling who is stripped to his underwear and has been like taped around with potatoes strapped to him. And so he's running, and he's just running this like mostly naked ratling with potatoes strapped over him down the hall.
Is this a fetish thing I have to worry about? Like, what's going on?
Belba, explain yourself.
Yeah, I'm about the molten beam that one, if you don't explain.
Well, you gotta make them run somehow.
And then behind them, you see all of these other fully clothed ratlings with like forks and knives who are rushing towards.
We're about to have a PTSD nightmare.
Oh, for goodness sake. Belba, you do realize we had an issue planet-wide, planet-side? That was a cannibalism issue. If you tape them to the ratling and then have them chase the ratling, what will they do when they catch the ratling?
Well, I guess they better not catch the rattling.
As you're saying this, the conversation is bisected with the rattlings running between you.
Well then, gentlemen, it seems as though we'd better proceed. Just give me a bit to finish up the maintenance on these servitors. I am a tech.
Would you like
priest.
to work on the second one?
Yes, I would.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
here
can
we
tech
go.
chest on the second one.
Here we go.
The first one turns away from you now and begins picking up the clutter on the ground.
Oh, he got a 4.
Yay!
Yeah, you got a 4, so that's enough to like perform the rudimentary fixes you need to. It's not as efficient as the Shuffman 89. However, you do manage to reactivate the systems on servitor designated Gamer Juice 69420, who begins clambering alongside its compatriot and moving debris out of the hall.
Gamer Juice, go! Yes. Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna make sure these guys are okay. You guys go ahead for a second.
Captain Zedek, as this is all going on, you get a crackle from your personal Vox.
Yes.
Sir,
Yes, Ransom.
your presence is requested by the astropath.
Jeez.
I haven't met that one before.
I'll be there shortly.
Understood.
Like, close the feed. Well, I hope we solve this issue eventually, but the astropath wants to speak with me.
Well, I guess we're coming with you because I don't know how to separate us. And splitting our party is a really bad idea. So let's go, everyone.
Yes.
Sure, it's fine.
You guys go ahead. I'll be 2 minutes behind you real quick. I want to talk to Belba real quick.
Okay, so as the 3 go off, Pi, you walk up to Belba.
Belba. At first, I wanted to kill you, but now I realize you are chosen. I like you.
She kind of leans in off, like her bulk coming slightly off the crate. You hear the crate creak under her weight.
I know what you're doing. And
What am I
this
doing?
ship needs it.
And she gives you a nod.
Thank you. Pi looks genuinely touched, or has touched the shadowy 2 eyes of Pi Quinn.
The anime happy eyes go on.
No one never told me that. Well, how would you like extra responsibilities?
Maybe once I've done training this regiment.
Yes. I am now chief of security. But I cannot investigate the officers. My focus is on the crewmen. But as the chief of security, I want to promote you to chef of security.
Chef of security.
Chefs of security.
Chef.
Your job
Chef.
She can cook.
will be to investigate the officers and not the crewmen.
She pulls an onion off her belt and takes a bite.
I like that. Sounds like a good job. Crunch, crunch.
Yes.
I pop her out from the corner. Hurry the fuck up!
And yeah, you
I quickly shake her hand. Well, it's great to meet you. And pat her twice in the head. Now you keep up the good work. I'll get back.
I'll
Bye.
mountain beam your fucking exhaust pipe to your ball bearings. Let's go.
Braine, we have to meet the spaceman. Let's
Okay,
go.
I'm going.
Damn, Zoran, I'm pretty goddamn sure you just made a metal arms glitch in the system.
Damn straight. Let's go.
Yeah, okay. So you start making your way towards the astropath chamber, which is very central in the ship. And Zedek, you know the way, and the rest of you, as you're making your way through sort of the mid decks, which are nowhere near as bad as the rattling section of the lower decks. But as you're making your way, having gone through the lift and then taking a small tram unit across, you find that the area has become very dusty. Like there's this almost light fog in the air, and your footsteps are making slight tracks in the ground just from how rarely trodden this area is. And there's not quite a sense of like must here, but there's this not quite cold but slightly chilled, dry feeling as you're walking through this area. And you find that there are immense pillars of stone that are carrying up the ceilings here that expand out into this immense, almost like a warehouse area.
Oh, jeez, there's some more dust on the floor. The party pipes may have burst again. We're going to have to fix the fog emitters.
The lighting here is not flickering, but there's only just a few lumens that are being held off of wires at the ceiling. And you find yourself coming into this warehouse, and you see what are clearly like rows of shelving, almost like a supermarket, except they're all empty. And you start carrying closer and closer towards what's the center of this expansive area. We're talking like several hundred meters wide in some spaces. And as you're carrying on down, you start noticing some of the shelves, maybe like one in every 2 or 3 shelves has a las gun on it.
Oh, no. Oh, no, we might have left that shipment behind. Well, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. Ignore the seemingly barren state of our armory. It's under cleaning order. Yes, the las guns are being cleaned.
Why you
All
gotta
the
lie to
rest
me
of
like
you,
that?
all of the rest of you who are not Captain Zedek can give me either a tech or a scholar check.
Oh, well.
I'm bad with both.
My 9 scholar.
Okay. I like it. That's a decent scholar. I like that.
I
Lorn,
got a
are you
none.
making- Okay, you got a none. Beautiful. Okay. Reeb, you know, as Captain Zedek says that, the armory is in a completely different part of the ship. This is definitely where the astropathic chamber should be for this vessel.
Captain, I regret to inform you, this is where the astropath is to reside.
Oh,
This is not the armory. The armory is on the aft deck.
so it is.
And as you get finally to like the absolute center of this immense warehouse space, you see this tarp, one of those, almost light blue, but it's been kind of stained with various like browns and blacks, just tarp that's maybe 6 by 6 meters square that's been laid out on the floor, and the corners of it are held down with what appears to be some las guns, auto guns, and a few pistols of both varieties. They form kind of this strange semicircle around the area, keeping the tarp down. And in the middle of it lays on his back a bald man with this absolutely disheveled dark beard and grungy, like brownish green robes that have other patches in the form of a symbol stitched on their bottom level. And his eyes are what attract you, because his eyes are missing, and instead there are these two metal bolts with sort of red lenses in them. And this figure lies on his back looking up. And Captain Zedek, you recognize this instinctively, having met him several times before, as the debt collector's astropath, Winnick Rivette.
Mm-hmm.
Hello again, Rivette. It's been a while. I would like to ask you why you've requested my presence, but also where the rest of the astropath's room is.
And he stands up, sort of leans forward, shakes his shoulders a bit, gets up onto his feet, turns towards you, and waves around towards the room, his bionic eyes looking over all of you.
I like that model. It's a good model.
I'm always been out here with astropaths are.
Oh, crap.
Come again?
This is the astropath chamber. It's always been the astropath chamber.
You get your shit out of your mouth, what?
This is the astropath chamber. It's always been the astropath chamber.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
I think you have to clean out your ears, Lorn. I can hear him pretty clearly.
The fuck? The what? The what? No!
This has always been the Astropath's chamber. This is not the armory. That was merely a test earlier, and you guys passed. Great job. Gold stars in all your calendars.
The fuck was I supposed to... The fuck's the test for?
Lorn, learn it. High Gothic.
No, what the fuck is he saying, Zedek? Captain Zedek.
Yes, Lorn.
He was an astropath or something. First off, tell me what an astropath is.
An astropath is a very special brain boy who helps the ship guide through the terrors of unreal space in the warp.
That's wrong.
So, wait.
He doesn't know that.
I'm not a navigator. I'm an astropath.
I heard navigator. What the fuck's going on? Do you even know who's on your ship?
Do we?
Are you insulting the knowledge I have of my ship? I'll have you know I know exactly who's on this ship at all times.
Where's your engineering crew?
Somewhere. They exist. They definitely exist.
Captain, I have you know, I'll be looking at the roster very carefully after this, since I'm fairly certain that we are lacking some very crucial elements of our crew, and I would very much like to have them.
I can assure you
This
that
guy talks his mind. I like people who talk their mind.
Precisely.
Yeah, what he said.
I agree. What?
I have
I got messages from the Crusade. We got updates from the Crusade.
I've not a goddamn idea.
Tell me the updates.
No, I heard that one.
NPC.
Update.
I don't know how to... Here, Zedek, just push Zedek at him. You figure it out.
What updates do you have, Rivette?
Crusade fleet gone to Jopal. They get stuck in Jopal for a while.
For fuck's sakes. Lorn doesn't. Just doesn't over there.
We're definitely stuck.
No, on Crusade fleet, they're stuck in Jopal.
Why are they at Jopal? You know, why? Do you know?
All messages come through. They go, quota!
Right.
I just want to say, Thurston, this is probably the funniest thing an astropath can be.
Okay, so do you look? We're
But they just
hanging out
finished
for a
them in
while.
Jopal. The quota is over. They're leaving Jopal.
They're leaving Jopal. Okay, that's
Then they
great.
go on to somewhere to the Ghost Stars.
Oh no. And did the glorious leaders at the head of the crusade say why they were going to the Ghoul Stars?
No, not Ghost Stars. Ghost Stars.
Ghost, oh no.
What's a ghost star? What's a Japal? What's going on? Why is it crazy? The
Reeb
fuck
is
is a
typing
ship?
stuff off of a nearby
Reeb, would you like to give me a scholar, or anyone really? But I assume Reeb will make to see what you know about this.
Oh, I'm ready to complicate. Hold up.
Turns out it actually went very badly. I rolled
I rolled a 0.
Wow. Reeb, would you like to spend a wrath dice to reroll some?
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my wraths.
All right,
Yeah.
wrath has been spent.
Wrath has been spent.
One of my 2 wrath.
One of your 2. Yes.
I'm gonna hit I don't want to re-roll Zedek's roll.
Yeah,
Nope.
you re-roll the original roll you had there. Yeah, there you go.
Oh!
There
Wow.
we go.
Yeah.
An
Okay.
8.
So you like Reeb, you're the one in this group who has done their homework and certainly know, generally like what the crusade has been, and you knew that from the last update the main crusade fleet for some reason was stuck over Japal for a while, so this sort of lines up. You don't know exactly what happened, and prior to that they had been at like Attila and Katachan and making their way towards Terra. But now the fact that the latest update indicates they're going to the Ghost Stars seems really, really strange, because the Ghost Stars are in like the far northeastern quadrant in like the eastern fringes of the galaxies.
I am no astropath, and I do not have an astrologer's chart on me at the moment, but from what I understand, they are deviating quite off course. We have not received any updates near as I recall. Captain, you do know where the Ghost Stars are, right?
No.
Oh,
Based on my scholar check, I do not know where the ghost stars
You
are.
could give me a piloting check as well. I'll let you like give piloting to see your stellar
Oh,
cartography knowledge.
That one I'm good at. Allegedly.
Yeah,
I got a 4.
Yeah, a 4 is enough for you to know, Captain Zedek. The Ghost Stars are in like the eastern fringes, far northeast.
Well, Reeb, I can tell you it's most definitely the direction we're not supposed to be going if we're going to Terra.
But the Crusade said not to go there. They said to meet up with Gatcha Van Nord.
Ah, brilliant. So we're still set to go on this path. We are simply going to be going it alone on the debt collector into charted, but definitely not secure space. Brilliant.
And this is under orders from Katja Van Noord.
I didn't give him Primarchs.
Brahma who?
The what?
They said it came from the Primarchs.
The fuck's a Primarch?
What do you mean you don't know what a Primarch
You're gonna look
is?
incredulously at Lorn.
Oh,
the bloody hell are you
I'm
talking
sorry.
about?
I've just been living on Fenris the entire time of my life, and I've just been shipped off to a quick thing and then brought on over onto this ship. Like, I'm sorry, I don't know what the fucking Primarch is, because it's
You're
not even
from
common
Fenris!
knowledge.
You don't.
You should know. I will explain what a Primarch is.
No, we don't have the time.
I'm sorry, I lived in a village for like most of my life. We don't even know about any of the other
That's
things.
your problem.
Ah,
You
Like-
should have been
village.
living somewhere else.
It's like out of character.
I'm getting
Not
better
a lot of
getting
people
them
know what
messages
those
out.
are. Like not a lot of people know what those are, and even on Fenris, people don't even know what a space marine is because they don't show up all that often.
It
So
all depends on where you grew up. Some
Yeah,
planets
all
know, some don't.
depends.
Yeah, and so Winnick kind of leans in again, and with his rough voice, speaks.
Signal's getting tougher here. I need more guns. We need more weapons.
Why?
Literally, why?
More
Like
weapons to
second.
get to save our field to clear the message.
It's unnecessary. You don't need them here.
Lorn, can you give me a psychic mastery test?
sure can.
Yeah.
I wiggle my fingers around to do the psychic's mastery, and whoop, bloop, bloop. Is okay, I was waiting for that complication. I got a 7.
A 7 is really good. So like from what you were gathering from Winnick's tough speech, the idea that Winnick requires weapons for clearer messages, like a lot of psychic stuff is all based on like metaphysical, like personal beliefs, whatnot. So the idea that he feels safe with weapons means the more weapons he gets, the clearer the signal, and in fact, the clearer the message he might deliver.
Should we move him to your so-called armory, Captain Zedek? He might get a
No,
better
those guns
signal.
don't gotta bring me guns from other places. Need
Whatever the
guns from
fuck
other
he
places.
said.
We need guns from other places on the ship, not the armory.
You find guns, you bring them here, and that make me feel safe and the message get clearer.
I will take out my radium pistol, and I will look at Zedek, hand it to the astronaut.
His smile goes wide with like his missing tooth grin.
Oh, that look like a special gun.
Take it away slightly. Hand it back to him.
To see like his eyes go like furrowed, mad, happy.
Yeah, I mean,
furrowed,
Yeah,
mad.
and he's like, and like as he's holding it, he just looks and he's like,
This is a really good piece.
and then he hands it back to you.
You don't want it?
Please
Hold on,
don't
are you
give-
gonna let us stay here? How long do I need it?
Just hold on to it when you talk to me. And then give it back after.
I would not recommend holding on to the gun.
Yeah, not
What's the worst that could
pistol.
happen?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know.
Let's
It's a
mutate
cancer
the mutant
gas,
even
like-
more.
Anyway, the smell on the lower deck's getting worse.
Yes, we know the smell on the lower deck is getting worse. We are trying to suss out the stench.
Septic
But-
Unit 4. I found it there. I smelled it there. Septic Unit 4.
Unit 4.
I got that one. That is the number after 3. I say to Lorn, in case he doesn't know.
What's a 4?
You can't. Lorn, you do know how to count, right?
What's counting? I mean, I used to refer to these bones as the thing. I take out my tribal bones with runes on it. This is how I count.
I put a hand gently on Lorn's shoulder. Oh, Lorn, my old friend. One day I will teach you how to read.
Can we just... I heard there was a thing that I just plugged my head into it and I learned all tons of things. I never got to get that.
That is how I will teach you how to read. I do not have enough time to actually do it.
Okay.
Zedek might be having an alcohol-fueled nightmare at the moment because he's not here. He's not here right now.
Yeah, so at this point, Pie's going to look around and he's going to draw out his sword. Well then, friends, it seems as though we must go to the Unit 4 in order to cleanse the infestation here and purge this place from the smells. Afterwards, we will travel to the ghouls, ghost stars, and face untold adventures and die.
No. Braine, we are not going to the ghoul stars. We are proceeding along the path as we were indicated to do so.
Ghost stars.
We're also not going to
Ghost
die.
stars.
But
Whoa.
how else will we create our legend?
Not
Not
by
yet.
dying.
We're not here to make
Oh.
legends. We're here to get points.
Let me speak for
Point
yourself,
is
but-
part of the legend.
Let's just go to Unit 4. We'll figure it out later. I begin.
That's a great idea.
I begin. Let's just go take care of the smell first. Then points later.
Yeah, bring me more guns.
Yeah, whatever. Just keep
We'll
going.
find a way to get him more guns.
And like he
Right.
gets this
Yeah.
toothy smile and waves at you with one of his hands.
Well, you'll come back soon, guy.
I'm glad-
Okay.
Yes, we'll be right back. We are going to be back for some time.
I'm glad that we have the 40k equivalent of Boomhauer in our fucking campaign.
As we all leave, Braine is going to look at Captain Zedek. You know, I like that guy. He says what we're all thinking.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
And like, yeah, you're all walking away, and just in the background, he's giving the most excited wave, like big smile, like bye. Yeah, and you exit, and so Zedek, you're wanting to lead the way to Septic Unit 4.
Yes, let's go dive down in the crap swamp. Let's find the source of the smell.
Okay, I want you to tell me what skill you possess will let you know where Septic Unit 4 is, because I think Septic Unit 4 might be something that's normally beneath your station.
I would like to make an awareness check.
Okay, so you're like looking around your immediate vicinities for
I
like,
am-
a sign that points to Septic Unit 4.
Zedek is absolutely bullshitting his way to the lower decks. He does not know the fucking layout of the lower part of his ship.
Beautiful. You and fucking Lieutenant Ransom. Well, they're just the common citizens.
Yep, of course. There we go.
Yes,
I
Reeb?
got a crazy question. Would it be
Okay.
possible for us to not go into the fucking sump pump? 'Cause certainly there has to be like some kind of, not a camera, but like a sensor that we
You mean
can,
like a servo scroll we can just send in?
Yeah, I'd rather not. And Reeb is also kind of above like treading through sewage. He doesn't.
Oh, so I am right there with you. We're not going to go in it necessarily.
Well, then why don't we use some kind of remote viewing device? Certainly we have a servo skull around here.
That's an excellent idea.
All right,
Braine,
Captain Zedek, with your awareness test, you don't see any immediate signs that point you to Septic Unit 4, so you're just kind of bullshitting the direction you're leading your fellow teammates.
Oh yeah, it's right around the corner here. There's an elevator. We can take that down there. It'll certainly lead us there.
Hey,
I know
DM,
what I'm doing.
Yes, Pi?
From mine and Lorn's Batman murder games, would we have a better idea of the lower decks?
yeah.
Jesus
It's
God.
our downtime activity. Do we get
Yeah, downtime activity is killing people on the lower decks. Like a bunch of fucking idiots.
All right. What fucking
Perhaps-
skills are you going to use to tell me your fucking
Psychic
awful
mastery?
knowledge? Oh God, fucking Christ!
It's
No,
legit. It's legit.
Why?
I use my
Why?
psychic mastery to navigate everything I do.
Lord, if you punch a hole in the ship.
That's the whole point of not being able to use it for everything, Lorn.
That's
Give me a psychic mastery test. Give me a psychic mastery test.
it's gonna corrupt. Here it comes.
Corrupt.
Okay, it didn't, but I rolled a 9.
Nice.
All right, Lorn. So your psychic mastery, like you get these visions of hunting your nemesis, but in no time when you hunted your nemesis did you ever come close to something called Septic Unit 4.
Oh, fuck you.
You're like your chases took place far away from the Septic units.
What about when I was hunting my nemesis?
What skill would you like to bullshit propose for me?
Weapon skill?
We're going to punch a hole in the pipes and we're going to be flooded.
I just want to point out, much like last episode, and here come all the comments being like, this GM won't allow fucking anything. Can't believe he would let them, track their foes with weapon skill. Roll me a fucking weapon skill.
When my son...
God, yeah! Okay. This is perfect. This is fucking perfect. All right, so I'm assuming what you're doing, Pi, as you're all like following Captain Zedek's non-guidance. Lorn is like back using psychic mastery to like relive past events that's gone on and try to spot, but you were never close. And you're using weapon skill. So what that tells me is you're like probably drawing your power sword and hoping to like recreate some of your kill strokes to like remind you of where you were. Does that sound about
I'm
right?
literally reenacting the crime scene.
Yes. With Lorn right beside you.
Doesn't get it.
So
and
you
then I jumped
complicate.
from on high and I did this.
So you complicate, and I'm going to really thank one of our Patreon's donators for this lovely complication. Thank you, Zero Defix, for negligent discharge. When drawing and aiming your weapon, it accidentally goes off early, hitting an ally, bystander, or just the wrong enemy. Could also occur with a melee weapon if an ally/bystander is in an adjacent square. The accidental target can roll to reduce or avoid the incoming damage. Now, I'm going to be a generous GM here, and I'm going to say that you don't use this to skewer one of your teammates. Instead, Captain Zedek has led you to the infamous engineering crew, who you immediately draw your sword and stab one of them as you're attempting to recreate.
Should I roll damage?
Yeah, sure. Let's see what your power sword completely
I'll shift one
eviscerates
exalted
this.
die.
Fuck you!
Do you know how many more maintenance logs I'm going to get because of that?
Yeah, with damage 15, the sufficient amount of damage to probably hurt a fucking space marine, you just draw your sword like some fucking child, like, I'm gonna play swords, and cut off a man's head. And there's this thing thump as the engineer's head hits the ground, and then a second thump when the engineer's body falls on top of it. And of you at that point, I think, stop walking.
Well, we stop. I imagine as the body falls, I imagine this guy's kind of like half tech or whatever, that the tech priest person has
he's
basically
like a barely augmented human. Like
no, like at least an augmented that has like a Wi-Fi connection, and now it's dead, so the Wi-Fi is now off, and then all of a sudden you just hear something printing to the side. Or like it's a list of going, I require an additional engineer crewmate from the person constantly complaining.
Oh yeah,
it's just like to Captain Zedek.
So Reeb, how do you react to seeing this?
Oh, bloody hell! I'm going to dive forward, and I'm going to prop up the engineer, and I'm going to roll.
Holy shit!
I'm going to roll unnatural medicating.
Wait! Are you trying to like reattach the head?
Yes, I'm going to use my unnatural Medicae as a means of reducing the difficulty modifier.
Okay.
So that I can proceed.
Oh my god.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Please recapitate him. Oh my god.
Sure.
Oh, it's a complication. Oh,
Of course it's a complication.
Please roll exalt or ruin or whatever. Not
Wrath
god. Wrath.
All right, I'll wrath it. Fine.
I mean,
Wrath. We're not going anywhere.
right. Chat, Reeb needs more wrath die.
No.
Okay.
They're the ones on my sheet.
Yeah. Well, 6 still isn't enough to save a man from death, from decapitation. Oh, good God. Okay.
It reattaches, but
I'm just looking to see what we have here because I think we've used most of.
If it's not going to fit, it's not going to fit. Just continue on.
Here. Yeah, no. I was just wanting to. I just wanted to see what we had from our patrons.
Can I break his knee or something? Can I break like Pie's knee?
What?
That's hard.
That's a bit harsh.
It's made out of metal.
Let's see. So you're grabbing this body and you're trying to reattach the head. You fail and complicate as you're attempting to do this. I am going to say that the complication here is someone arrives on scene that you weren't expecting.
Uh-oh.
No, not going on that way.
And like as you've like half stapled the head on, it peels off and all the like stitches you were putting on pop and it just rolls back on the ground. But that's when you hear this clang, 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 like this dragging on metal sound.
Oh, good. The saboteurs have found us again.
And emerging from the like corridor, and you can find that you're like in this massive industrial chamber that you're just at the edge of. The engineer was working at a station there when you had poorly decapitated him. But coming out from the shadows is this immense figure that towers almost twice as tall as you. Its body is made out of metallic enhancements with like several claw-like arms coming out at various angles, and this silken red robe that trails as its bulky body pushes forward. The bulk of its body being some kind of almost metallic drawer system that it lifts up and puts down with every footstep, and its face has these blue glowing eyes with a metal rebreather. And Captain Zedek, you recognize this as Tech Priest Gamu 4224.
Oh, hello again, Tech Priest. We seem to have stumbled upon one of your engineers who encountered a operator error.
There she is.
He came right at me. You all saw that.
Greetings, Flashling Captain.
Well, Reeb's just gonna like take his hands off the head of the engineer at this point and just kind of let it fall off. That's a lost cause. Damn it.
The loss of life is not acceptable. It will go on the list.
And she immediately has one of her lower appendage hands pull out an auto quill and open one of the shelves on the drawer unit in her base, and it produces this paper that it begins scratching on.
Oh no.
Oh boy, a chest full of grudges.
Tech grudge.
Why are you here, Captain?
I have come to requisition a servo skull so that we may explore the fetid depths of Septic Unit 4.
Captain, I believe that's a lost cause at this juncture.
Are you telling me that you have finally deigned to investigate one of the items on my list?
A twinkle in Zedek's eye as he realizes he may be able to get out of murdering one of his, associating himself with the murder of one of his crew members again.
I'd say, better not be murdering her. Really, just fucking
steal his thunder. I'm not that much of an egoist.
He gets really mad that Braine's at the center of this criminal investigation. I should be at the center of a criminal investigation.
And Lorn's like, I should be solving it, damn it. That's my thing now.
Yeah, it's my thing. I'm still on the case, though.
Yes, we have come to fix one of the issues, finally. It's very stinky in the lower decks. Zedek's not handling his liquor well today. And we could very much use your assistance. I know there's a very long list of routines and maintenance.
I am detecting elevated emotional response that indicates that you are lying to me.
Are you lying to this lovely lady here, Zedek? So
roll
rude.
for deception.
Yeah. Roll for deception.
Yeah.
I am not lying. I am a very truthful
comes.
and generous
Here
man.
it comes. I just want to see it. Just let it happen. Just okay. You got 2, but
So a 2 is not enough to just like you
wanna
are
spin-
sweating down your brow. Yeah, you can spend wrath to try to
spin a wrath.
rally and
reroll that.
I'm going to spend a wrath to reroll.
okay. Yeah. Let's see what you get.
oh no! Wait. He has to do. Did you click reroll?
Yeah.
The reroll button. So he could still complicate on a reroll.
Yeah.
Holy shit! It's amazing.
Oh boy.
All right, now we can point at him and laugh.
You just have like sweat just beating down your face at this point, and you're having like a really hard time keeping composure. And how is it plainly obvious that you are lying to her? Like what thing, like obvious thing, do you do that just gives it entirely away?
Oh, other than the literal bullets I'm sweating right now, the fact that I'm trying to keep a straight face and my lip is just trembling, trying not to crack a smile. Very visibly trying to hold back a smile.
I do appreciate the art that we have for this particular scenario because we just have Captain Zedek pointing a fucking gun at her.
It's like, oh shit!
I also want to point out how awesome this art looks.
Yeah,
Rude Rubicon did this one as well.
Ruby
She
does
did
great work.
an amazing
Yeah.
job.
This is gorgeous.
Just
Spectacular.
yeah, and like the dresser thing was not like really requested. Then I'm like, that's where she puts all the grudges, and it works out very well.
Filing cabinet of grudges. The filing cabinet of irritations.
Yes.
Also, I recommend anybody trying to translate this thing on video to screenshot it.
Yeah.
Probably make your life a little bit easier.
I appreciate that Chad is trying to
Can
decipher
I,
the binaric.
Can I jut ahead of our dear captain here before something bad happens? With
Yeah, like
Please help
you're
me.
just sweating and like stammering a response, Zedek, and the complication is just that you don't respond to her. Like you just have difficulty interacting with her.
Captain, one side, please. I'm going to just very lightly jostle Captain Zedek out the way. Just like move him like a statue.
I'm just literally like a statue. You just kind of turn me away.
Hello, Camus. We have not spoken previously. I am Reeb Van Horn. You may have a log file on me. I'm trying very hard to get these various irritations you continually send to us taken care of. I'm not the captain. I have very little leeway. Can you please just lend us this so we can get this one done? I am begging you. And I'll do
You have saved a servant of the Omnissiah before, so I am willing to show you some consideration. Yes, your groveling pleases this unit, so I will relent in my interrogation of the captain.
Even if it didn't, I mean that persuasion.
7 in the glory.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. May we please fire controls for it? We needed to explore the subdeck so we may find out where this issue is occurring from.
I have already sent in a Servitor Skull, one Kyle Mayer, to investigate.
And poor
I'm
bastard.
sorry. That just tickles me so much because the idea is that that's not the designation of the skull. That's just who used to own it.
Yes.
That's the owner of the skull specifically, not the servo part. It's whoever donated the skull.
The skull has not yet returned. I require flesh units to investigate. You will all do nicely.
Do we have hazard suits?
They will not be necessary. The units and air in there are sterilized with
I raise a
cycling
hand.
processors.
I raise a hand. Just waiting for my turn.
Yes.
Can I have a trash bag to put my beard in? So it doesn't get the gross in it.
Do you have would you like to make a persuasion check, Lorn, to get a trash bag?
Do I have to roll a persuasion to ask politely?
Yes.
Fuck. I got a 1.
Yeah!
Because I can't
Your
go any
care for
higher.
your fleshlingness is understated and noted.
And another one of her hands goes in, opens one of the filing cabinet drawers, and pulls out what is clearly a plastic bag and reaches it towards you.
This will suffice.
Thank you. I put my beard in it. I'm just like,
so as the rest of the conversation is going on, you just hear that crackling of plastic as Lorn is adjusting his beard in this.
I'm just like, fucking, I'm just trying to fucking, it's really hard. It's really fucking hard.
Thurston, how I was imagining that is she's reaching out with the bag and she's just going to start trying to suffocate Lorn with it. Just put a Walmart shopping bag over her.
No, she's pretty indifferent to you, to Lorn. She actually kind of likes you, Reeb. Zedek and Pi, we got fucking Doofus and Dumpus over here ignoring the goddamn request to fix things.
Pi is raising his hand.
Yes, menial Skitari, what is it you wish to contribute to this conversation?
Wait, what did you just call me?
Hi.
She towers, going up another several 6 feet, and about a half a dozen mechadendrite arms go out in what can only be described as a come at me bro pose. And she's like,
You heard what I said, or are your auditory systems malfunctioning like the rest of your units? They were built in Forge World Lemuria, were they not? Substandard.
Oh. I'm gonna charge.
Thurston, can you have not sit down and cry?
Charge, all out attack.
Thurston, can I roll agility to stick out my foot and trip him?
yes.
Can I help? Wait. Can I help with crap? What's the spell called? Hold up. Can I help with a phantom grip to grab his other ankle and trip him with that so he falls face forward?
Okay, I got it.
Yes, you can. Okay.
Okay, I roll
what's
it.
Your
And I got a 4, which is all I needed to actually succeed. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. This is interesting. So, would you like to, Captain Zedek? Sorry, are you interfering at all in this?
No,
Like at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if you shot him with the arc pistol. So just tell me what you're doing.
I will set the arc pistol to tickle fingers.
So am I
just
like
the
in the
lowest setting.
psychic grip? Like not able to go forward?
I want you to, let's see here. Give me what's a good option here? You know what? Give me a strength test.
I would love nothing more.
Oh.
Yeah. So
3.
So you go rushing forward, Pi, as like Captain Zedek looks and like tries to fiddle with the settings of the arc pistol, and Reeb sticks out his foot and kind of off balances Pi a bit. But then it's Lorn who uses his psychic powers to really wrench your other ankle, and as you try to put force behind it to keep moving, you don't, and you go sprawling forward and landing face first just in front of the dresser filing cabinet unit of Gamu 4224. And at that, she immediately returns back to her normal size, the various mechadendrite hands coming in, and she moves her head to look down at you. And like as you've fallen during your charge attempt, you've fallen face up, and like your mechanical eyes meet, and you don't, like, none of the rest of you hear this, but you Pi, you hear this, and she just looks down. She's like, Graya will pay. Anyways, Captain, now that this insufferance is dealt with, will you please continue your investigation into the septic unit?
I'll show you an insufferance! I'll kill you! I'll render every bone in your body to dust!
I take my
Braine.
stab.
The entire time.
I tase Braine.
Jesus Christ.
I just like the idea that Lorn, you like start dragging him back towards the party.
Yeah, I'm just
as he's on his back flailing.
I'm just seeing him claw into the thing, just trench marks of the claws. I'm just pulling him back.
I find it so absolutely incredible that for being the most technologically advanced member of the crew, Pi just so often resorts to Dungeons and Dragons Barbarian, I rage.
I rage and I charge it.
That's really important to Pi's character.
I rage and I charge.
So having defeated the not intended but apparently became one tech priest Gamu 4224 encounter, the group makes its way into Septic Unit 4, which has a various channels of sewage, sludge, and other unseemly liquids floating down, with 1 meter wide walkways on each side. A very traditional imperial sewer unit. You're making your way through here, and though Tech Priest Gamu has assured you that there's nothing awful in the area in terms of assailing your senses, it does smell particularly horrible as you walk down these paths.
That sounds like a really tough burden for you guys to bear.
Dick, move! You person who doesn't smell anything.
Yes, I didn't say it earlier, so I am saying it now.
I'm glad we don't use webcams or anything, because you would have just saw me look over to my other monitor mad.
I know. And you would have seen me revel in it, and that would have been bad for my optics.
Excellent. Okay, so what kind of marching order do we have as you're walking down these, like, appropriately?
I'm third.
Person wide. Okay, you're third. Oh, okay.
Pi is first, solemnly,
I will walk second.
like, obviously depressed.
Okay. So
Head downcast.
Can we get a bucket tie of Braine now?
So Braine was first, then it was Zedek, then it was Lorn, then it was Reeb in the back.
Sure.
Aye.
Okay, perfect. Cool. Yeah, and you start making your way through this sewer area, and again, you're just seeing just this sludge that's steadily moving, but it's moving at a snail's pace, and you just hear this like as like gases are popping out of the sewage water, and you see things that are floating in the water, either like chunks of food, some like animal bones from some foods, some meals previous. Further down, you see a cardboard box that's just labeled "Free Kittens" that's floating down in the water.
Is there anything in it?
I mean, it's floating in the water. You don't know if there's anything in it. It just says "Free Kittens" written on the side of it.
Okay, I'll open it. Because you're going to make me angry, I think.
Okay, so you like kind of reach over into the water to grab this box and bring it close to you?
Yep.
Yeah, you open it and there's nothing inside of the box.
Oh,
they already got adopted. Good.
yay! They all found a good home.
Yeah.
They all find
Yay!
There you go.
I love Noble Bright.
You just hear this sound off in the distance, blah, 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 and then it fades and stops.
Let us go and investigate this sound for the Omnissiah.
I forgot.
for goodness sake. You act like you've just been castrated. Come on.
I've never been castrated, but how could you hear the way she spoke to me?
I have never been castrated.
I've never been castrated, but
But there's one
I
time.
will be forced to verbally castigate you in front of your peers.
No.
Braine, just because you didn't see IO to IO port doesn't mean you have to get all down on yourself.
No, it's not about that. You wouldn't understand, Zedek. The Omnissiah has blessed you, but you lack his metal touch.
Braine, let me tell you something about tech priests. Something about tech priests. I pat him on the back. Let's go.
okay.
Flashlight bombs! Flashlight bombs! You hear the voice of Gamu 4224 bursting from your Vox unit, Captain Zedek. It's audible, kind of echoing down the sewers. You are making slow progress, sir. Should I send in a more qualified unit of servitors?
No,
Yeah,
I think
you
we have
can.
it
Yeah, we
handled.
don't have to do any of this.
Shut the fuck up. I have one chance to get her off my back for one day. Let me have this.
We don't have to do it.
We have to crawl through the crap swamp to get the thingy.
Can everyone give me an awareness
Fine.
test, please?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
A what test?
Awareness. Activate the awareness beam.
Oh no.
Wub, 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 wub.
Wub, 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 wub.
Wub, 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 wub.
My awareness is garbage, and it shall be rolling me a 2.
2, Reeb has a 3, Zedek has a 1, and Braine.
Has a 3.
Oh shit! I forgot.
What?
Didn't you roll? Oh, that's his strength. No, it's-
Yeah, this is strength. He rolled strength.
I rolled
Emotional
strength to see.
God.
Okay, so
Excellent.
as like
I got it too.
these discussions are going on, Reeb, you notice up ahead at one of these sort of corner areas of this walkway what looks to be a tent that's been set up from some kind of military grade tarp that's been set up with metal poles, and there's all of this like empty ration units that are sprinkled around the tent.
Very peculiar.
I think we found where the previous team ended up, or at least where they were.
Yes, but why would they set up a tent down here? Surely they
Earndil-
could have come up. They could have come up with the ladder. They don't have to stay down here in the muck.
Reeb, when I say that this is a literal crap swamp, it is a literal crap swamp. You have to make base camp down here if you're going to explore the full depths of the septic pumps.
You don't need to explore the septic pumps. You're going to find poop. That's all you're going to find, Captain. Poop.
The idea is to find more than poop. There is more to the pump than poop, Reeb.
But why would you want to hunt through it for anything other than poop? That is all that there is down here. Excrement! You don't need to explore it. If anything valuable got flushed down here, leave it.
And as you say that, Reeb, that's when you get close enough to the tent to notice that there is a data slate, a chrono, and 2 syringes that have been pretty well preserved on top of a box at the back of the tent.
I hope they weren't doing Space Jenkum.
No, they're doing foot drugs.
No, Space Jenkum, no!
They were taking foot drugs. Can I do a Medicaid to see what the syringes... Are they labeled with anything, or are they just, like, not
They seem to be kind of bog standard syringes. You could give me a Medicaid test to see if you can identify.
Oh, boy, I'm going to give you a Medicaid test.
Medicaid.
I'm going to complicate it, and I'm going to inject myself with it.
Yeah, okay, to know what this drug is.
No.
You got an 8.
Yeah, an 8 is absolutely sufficient. You notice that these are the item's stims. So they're essentially like high tech combat drugs that are in a single use injector, and they can be used as part of a Medicaid test and restore 1d3 plus 3 shock.
So can I add 2 stim to my inventory permanently?
Absolutely, you can.
Thank you, please.
You don't take those items. Treasure. Then, yeah, there's a chrono unit and a data slate.
Item has been required.
I have acquired drugs.
Nice.
What is a chrono unit?
Chrono unit is essentially a small timepiece, typically strapped to the wrist.
Oh, you mean a watch?
Yes. we use grimdark terms here.
It's like grimdark. Stupid.
In this case, the chrono's display has been set for shipboard time.
Shit port or ship port?
Shipboard.
I like the other one better.
I would certainly help it be shipboard time, because if they were scheduled for anything else, it'd be a little concerning. It's like, why are you set to Rocky Mountain time? We're in space.
So I guess let's continue investigating at this point. On your front, Captain Zedek.
And then there's also the data slate.
I would like to pick up the data slate.
Yeah. Reeb, you pick it up, Captain Zedek. You see that it's one of your bog standard crew assignment timetables. Like, these are the schedules you give to your crew members.
Do you remember what crew member this is? Do you know this one? Or did you forget about them too?
Zedek's gonna look very flustered for a moment and say, "No, I didn't forget about this one. This one looks feverishly for the name on the data slate."
Don't you remember all 20 what the fuck ever 1,000 people on your ship?
I am going to say that it requires like your charm and personality, Captain said. Give me just a flat fellowship test.
I would be happy to.
Yeah, of course you would.
At least I got a glory.
A glory. You did get a glory.
To the thing.
Oh dear.
And you see the name on it, who you don't recognize, but you see the name Sven Lingenfelter.
This belonged to Sven Loganberry. He was a respected member of the engineering crew, and I knew him well.
I look at the data pad and I read it, and what actual position does it say?
So this was someone who was stationed at the sensorium, the third backup sensorium unit on the Strategium. So this would be like the backup sensors operator on the bridge. It is not an engineering position. It is an.
I look at Zedek going, really? The fuck does it say right there?
Oh, but can Lorn read?
Yeah, can you read, Lorn?
I said,
that's a good point.
I don't know. Let's decide. Game Master, can I read?
I'll let you make the decision. Can Lorn read?
No, Lorn can read, but only
Lorn
badly.
can't read shit.
This is what we call a scholar of convenience.
Oh, that's neat looking. I used to have these runes to read.
I assume when like Zedek is all like, it's the engineering department, Braine, who can read, probably notes the discrepancy.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Engineering department.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah,
Zedek, why did you lie to me? I trusted you.
I come up to Braine and I'm like, it's okay. I didn't know we would party with a fucking liar. And it just
I already thought you were cool, and you lied to me.
I am cool. Look at my coat. It's super cool. Look at me.
I offer a shoulder for Braine to cry on his oil stains to start dripping down.
Reeb begins affecting the nearby area.
Windshield wipers start activating on the eyes.
Yeah.
What a terrible start to Captain Zedek Day this is.
That'll be a thing. That's going in the GM ammunition folder.
Next thing you know, Captain, you're going to tell me that all of the maintenance problems on the ship is somehow your fault.
Okay,
Reeb,
I'm going to
as
need you to
this is
sit
going
down
on,
for this one.
You've kind of got a sense of where you are, and you've just finished passing by this little like shanty tent and into a much larger sewage chamber. There is a large air recycling unit that is in the center of this chamber, and then there's various different canals that go off. There are these sort of corroded metal walkways that go over a few of the areas, and I'm just going to shift us over to this fancy map I got here. It should show all of you the general area.
Fancy.
Hopefully you can all see it.
I can, but
you
is it perpetual darkness for anyone else? I can see. Okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
I can finally see you have updated my token. So
I have fixed it. All right, so there's this like big air recycler unit right here. You notice that there's like this buildup and bubble of water right over here. And the path kind of seems to carry on with steps leading down, but you're not sure what's there.
It looks like some kind of blockage. I haven't had one of those in a hot minute, at least.
What's a hot minute to you? Did you get it after the dealership fucked you over with the ship, or what?
Look, the dealership gave me the ship. I don't have any say in that matter, but
whatever, Lorn.
as far as I know,
I'm going to make my way there.
Yeah, sure. Lorn, you start walking in front of the group. Okay.
You should have checked the ship facts.
Wow.
Ship Grux.
Yeah, ship. What is Vox? I don't know.
Ship Grux, which is the closest
ship-
animal alternative with an
ship-
X.
Yeah, whatever.
So are you guys like so to get a sense here? Are you still advancing as like a cohesive unit? Are you having someone scout ahead? What are you doing?
I figured we were in the same marching order as before.
Is that generally you're just going to kind of stick with?
Yeah.
We can stick with it.
May as well.
I guess I'll look at like whatever this is. Is it working? What is this?
It's a big air recycling unit. You would have to get closer to investigate it and make a tech check, but it's in some like pretty thick water. You're guessing it's probably waist high water down there.
Water, indeed.
Yes.
Hold
Water.
on. I'm going to go and check this machine and show them all. I'm going to do a running jump at this thing.
Sure. What kind of? That's athletics. You want to give me athletics?
Yeah.
Like, are you trying to jump on its side so you don't land in the water? Like you're on top of like one of these little like.
Yeah.
Here?
Hopefully.
Yeah. Totally. Give me athletics. Oh no. That's not good.
Let's
You rolled a 1.
roll a wrath.
Yeah, let's wrath that. Yeah, 5. Absolutely. So yeah, like Pi, you turn to the group. I'm going to investigate this. Whoa! And then you just land, and there's this immense clang of metal as you like land on the side of it, holding on with your one free arm.
Is there like anything on there that's like a giant symbol of like Forge World Graia?
Are you spending like time specifically looking for that? That's kind of your action. Like, I don't care about the state of this thing. I just want to know if there's something I can deface on it.
No.
Yeah, give me an awareness test.
I'm pulling out my copy tool. I'm looking, and the part of it just says I bet this is a photo of crime sheet. Oh, how wonderful it's running. 2.
If there is something, it's not on the precarious side you were on. So as like, for the rest of you, you've seen Pi make this, 3-meter jump across, landing on top of this metallic air recycler unit. Are the rest of you kind of waiting for him to finish? Or are you going to continue advancing up? What are you?
I'd like to wait for him to finish messing with the air recycler because he wants to be so good at tech, but we just need to have him be so good.
Okay.
It'd be so good.
Captain
What do you
Zedek,
see? What do you see, Braine?
Cool.
I guess I'll do a check. Tech. Rolls dice. Is that cool?
Bro.
Sure.
Bro, you just tech-teched on my air recycler.
Bro, tech. I do a kickflip with my fingers.
I'd break your knee.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, you can tell that this unit appears to be operating correctly. Now, while this is going on, the rest of you, as like Pi Braine is really focused, kind of holding onto the side of this thing with one arm as he's using his combi tool to check out the rest. You start to see small ripples in the water, and everything that happens now happens really quickly because this form bursts out of the water. What it resembles is this kind of chitinous, this chitin-coated creature with these small forelimbs and these like tiny tentacles coming out of their mouth. It's probably the size of like a big dog with this sort of frilled back. It looks like a mite that's grown to immense proportions. And I'm just going to show this to everybody as it pops out of the water here.
Captain, your continued negligence of the subdecks of your ship is coming back to haunt you and us.
And 2 of them burst out. Now, this is something that's happening on our end. This is a surprise ambush round, which means I get to act first. And the only way any of you can decide to act is if you want to spend a glory.
That sounds great.
Yeah, I can spend a glory.
Would you?
We have a lot of.
I still get to go with the first action though. So one of them comes out,
Okay.
splotches over to there, and so like we see Pi Braine is really working on the side of this and trying to figure it out. And then this thing bursts out of the water and kind of makes this high speed jump, like this just immense leap towards him. And as it does so, it begins flailing with these small probosci. And
Horrifying.
It does like essentially a running charge at you as it hops out. Boop. But a 2, I do not think will hit your defense.
It won't. But I'll do a counterattack.
Okay.
With his new thing he got.
Yes, Pi recently bought in his adventures, if you want to call them that, in the lower deck, a counterattack feat, which allows me to, when I am targeted, to make a reflexive action to attack back.
Yeah.
And I will do that right now. Do I hit him?
That will.
What number did you
hit him.
get?
Yeah.
I got a 6 for
There you
those
go.
sitting at home.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yes.
I know how to do the roleplay game.
Yeah, and it has a defensive 2, so you may shift 1 exalt if you wish.
I would love nothing more.
Yeah.
We'll roll some blamage. I said roll some blamage.
Roll some blamage.
Let's go, roll 20. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun.
Let's go.
Oh yeah, you raise up your blade and bring it down and just slice through this thing, and it just looks like it's going to just completely die and fall in the water, which it does.
I was waiting. I wanted to stab something. So just
Now at this point, do any of you want to spend glory to interrupt and stop the other one?
I will seize the initiative and do some
Yeah,
bug
go ahead.
zapping.
All right, so we spend one
spend the
glory
glory
for
for
that.
Zedek.
Thank you, chat, for helping.
water.
I will not electrify the water. That would probably be counterintuitive.
I mean,
Yeah.
Braine's not in it.
that is true. I'm not.
But it might destroy the other systems, so I will decline to do that. And I
It's
instead will
already
shoot it with my
screwed.
arc pistol. It could be worse. We don't want to make it worse.
Might be more
I
bugs
mean-
in the water, and you'd be killing them.
Oh no.
Maybe.
Or you could
You
just
do hit. You do hit with the arc.
You spend your last wrath.
No, he
Oh
can-
wait, my apologies. You do not hit it. It has a defense of 3 because it is currently covered by the water.
Ah.
So you could spend your wrath to hit to try to make that hit.
I'll spend a couple glory.
Yeah, or spend a couple glory. If
We
you
have
want to.
4 glory so far.
I would like to spend a glory.
We'll spend a glory, see if you get 1 extra. Just roll like a d6.
Yeah.
And then, whoop, nope, you fucked.
Nope. And you marked, Lorn, you marked the glory down for him seizing the initiative too.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Then it goes. So yeah, Pi, you skewer the one that comes out of the water. Captain Zedek, deft on his feet, does like a
actually-
hop, turn shot, and fires.
Never mind.
The other one, attracted by Zedek's arcing misfire, comes rushing towards you, Captain Zedek. It also gets a charge and makes an attack.
I would like to
Proboscis
sidestep.
coming out.
So I would like to raise my trap card. Chat donated very early in this stream to make that a complication.
To make what a complication?
That attack a
My-
complication.
Oh.
It is a game master thing, but it doesn't have any grenades because the person specified 1d4 grenades pins get pulled, but this does not have a grenade.
Alack and alas, it does not have a grenade. But
What a shame that this flea doesn't have a grenade.
yes, apologies. Apologies, but I will you know what? I will bank that in our complications list for later. Grenades, son.
So now everyone knows, do not carry grenades.
Yeah. And it what's your defense, Captain Zedek?
It is 2, but I would have liked to sidestep as a reflexive action.
Okay. So, and that for the masses, what does that do for you?
Sidestep as soon as my roll 20 does not activate.
You gain double your rank, so +2, defense and resilience.
Yes,
You can only sidestep once per round, though.
That's
Okay.
perfectly fine.
Cool. All right, so yeah, it leaps out and misses. At this point, would any of you like to spend?
It still needs to do a complication thing. We can't bank it to the thing because they did the thing for the thing to happen.
Yeah,
You
fine.
can't bank those.
That's true enough. All right. That's not good. Let's
On the
see
complication table, what happens to this poor mite?
that is a that won't work because that would be out of ammo and it's using a melee attack. So we'll try that again. So we have 25 under the complications, so that would be also out of ammo. God damn it. Come on. Come on.
Again.
No.
14.
45.
45.
There we go. That's the better one.
Well, technically, it doesn't have any ammo.
That's fair. Okay, its proboscises get stuck. Its proboscis get stuck. So I'm going to say, Captain Zedek, what do you have on you that its proboscises get stuck on when it tries to attack you?
It gets stuck on my hip flask.
Oh yeah, and it's just like all of these wriggling things around. It's gonna have to make a strength test to break off. All right. That's that. Are any of you going to interrupt with Glory again?
No.
No.
I mean, that thing already went. What else you got?
I don't know. You don't see anything else.
Oh, well, let's just let him happen. Bring it on.
Okay.
Bring it on, DM. What's the worst that could happen?
50
Chaos,
more show
chaos.
up.
Something
Oh, what the fuck is
slurps
that?
up from the south, coming up, and you just hear this squelching, like as it
Very
crawls
cool.
up the stairs. And you see this lovely little critter, which looks like a grub that has these like various lines of teeth, and it's just like dragging itself, and it kind of turns the corner, and it's what you guess is its sucker mouth rears back, and it lets out this almost like keening wail as it does so, and it spews forth acid towards you, Captain Zedek.
Oh dear.
But it crits you.
Of course.
For 5.
Finally, a crit that goes through because it's not a mob.
Yeah, and this is absolutely not a mob, so it will hit you. It will also shift 1 exalt because I'm a jerk bag. Yeah, so I'll just roll the damage first just so we get that. So it only does 7 damage, which I think that
he tanks
does
it.
not pass
lower.
my resilience.
Yeah, that's lower. And then it criticals you. So the critical effect from its acidic slime is a 56, which is a bone-shattering impact. A crippling blow smashes the foe's body, reducing arms, legs, and ribs to fractured splinters. You immediately suffer 1d3 plus 1 mortal wounds.
Oh no!
And that goes
so you
through
take
everything.
3 mortal wounds. That goes through all your defenses as this acid hits you and hits you in the chest and just kind of pushes you back.
It breaks your fucking bones with a projectile acid spit.
Yeah, and you're just
A quick thing, because people keep bringing it up, and it's not obvious to a lot of people. We know this is on the D&D category. There is no Wrath and Glory category. We got nothing. People only go to the D&D thing. That's why it's on here. So just so people understand, because it keeps coming up and people keep getting confused. That's why it's here. We got nothing else, man. So
that awful critter has brought its way up. Would any of you like to now interrupt combat or risk that I have more things that might show up?
Yeah, well, I mean, we kind of have to attack now, don't we?
Well, you'd have to spend a glory if you want to interrupt.
I'm going to spend a glory, but for a reason, not because I'm going to do something awesome. Counterattack makes it to where I can't move the turn after I use it. Okay. So if I interrupt now, when more shit comes up, I can move and respond to the threat. So I should interrupt this.
Even so interrupt to basically stand there?
Yeah, interrupt to I'm going to make a shot, of course. I'm going to pull out my pistol.
Okay.
And I am going to make a shot at this.
All right, wait. I have a statement here, though, because you jumped on this thing and you're holding on to it with one arm, right? And I
thought I would have landed on it.
Technically, I guess. Okay, I'll give it to you.
Okay. Thank you.
It's
okay.
Swap out your guns, and then you're gonna interrupt to shoot it?
Yes.
Cool.
Do it.
Nice!
No, you won't. No,
you got a 0. You wasted it.
And
got him!
Please mark down that glory.
Yeah. Can I spend a glory to also go?
Well, no, because now I get to go.
Red Bull. I don't want you to go. I want you to
go.
die.
Well, another one comes out of the water and goes, and comes up again. This leaping flea-like creature comes out and bounding through the water. And as you fire your shot towards the grub and miss terribly, suddenly in your line of sight, Pi, another one of these mites comes and it turns and its proboscises begin to reach towards you, wiggling as it charges in. But will miss terribly because I cannot roll any goddamn dice today. And that's it for me.
Hit Zedek. What are you talking about?
I need to crit all the time.
You broke his bones.
Would you like to interrupt with a glory point, Lorn?
I would like you if it's okay with Reeb.
Lorn, go ahead. You're going to psychic a kill.
Yes, that is the plan. I looketh upon thine enemy, and I do this special thing. You know what's happening, called Explodey. So that area is basically me doing flame breath. And so I'm going to be capture both of those. So I basically look at that area. Funny, we looked at the rule and stuff. That actually is supposed to be way bigger because of how meters is measured and stuff. Because we're using a traditional grid, we decided to kind of keep it like this. So it's so I now do flame breath.
It would be bigger than that.
Yeah, it would be like that.
Bigger than that.
It would be ridiculous. So I'm basically trying to get both of them in there, and I go, and then it's just a large explosion.
Roll your psychic test.
I need a 5, and I got a fucking 11. Yeah! Nothing. And I am going to boost the thing. I have to like open a fucking spell tome every single time I do this. Please forgive me that it takes 5 years for me to do this. I can heighten up 2 additional damage and do additional damage, or make it a large blast, which I don't think we want that. So I just need to do difficulty 5 to make this happen. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I want to do 2 of those dice to make it 2 more additional damage die. Cool. On top of the 2 I already roll. Now I'm going to roll damage. That is 19 total damage to both of those things. I look at it, and a giant explosion happens there.
I will spend a rune point to keep this one alive.
I bet you fucking will.
Dog. As you wash flame over everything, and then the grub, as the flames recede, some sort of dark power has reached down from the cosmos and spared this grub.
I narrow my eyes and go, the warp. The warp.
It wiggles at you.
And then I am going to go again and have another one pop out. And once again, it's just like rushing forward and basically like bounding out of the water, bloosh, 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 and goes towards Pi and recoils back with a blood-sucking proboscis that it attempts to attack Pi with. Whoosh, as a new one.
Please stop. No.
Yes, there's the critical. Good.
Good.
And I will... What's your defense, Pi? 3?
5.
Oh, your defense is 5. God damn you. I still hit you.
I need to update our sheet then on the Arna overlay because I have you here for 4. But if you upgrade it,
well, I'm 5. I'm 5 in combat because of power sword.
Oh, okay. It's default 4, but okay.
Yeah.
I will roll damage, which will probably do like nothing, but we'll see. As it's like you've now like you've seen one come towards you, you've slashed it down, you fired at another one. One jumped in front of you and then was washed away in psychic flame, and then this third one or fourth one really comes out and just gets in your face and goes. First of all, I'm going to roll damage. It's probably not going to do anything. You had to 7, which I don't think even comes close to touching you. But then the crit effect, which is a 32, which on the critical effects is a merciless strike. The blow to the foe's body steals breath from their lungs, pulverizing their innards with a nasty crunch. So, it's the tentacles from its proboscis are in your face and kind of obscure your vision, but the force behind its leaping towards you impacts your chest plate, pushing it in slightly, and you suffer a mortal wound.
I like how these things have hurt us more just by brunt force than their actual anything.
Than their actual attacks. Absolutely. Yeah.
Reeb is enjoying the fact that everyone except him is very badly hurt so far.
That is the end of anything I have.
Hold on. Counterattack.
You can only take 1 reaction a turn.
Yeah.
But I can use it up to my rank times 2.
Oh, can you?
Oh, nice.
There you go. Good.
Nice.
Okay.
So here we go.
Oh,
yeah!
What's the complication?
Oh, what is the complication? Let's find out.
I do hit though, right?
Find out.
While he's looking that up, Reeb, you have a wrath die. I meant to tell you way before, but you have one.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
No, not Braine. Reeb.
Oh, I've got an extra one? Okay, cool.
Yeah, you have one now, so.
Based Reeb.
Don't say based. I hate you. Die.
Unbased.
Dangerously based.
Let's see here.
Dangerously cheesy.
Dangerously. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to use one from one of our folks who put in. I'd like to thank Mr. Gamer09 for this one. When swinging an energy-powered weapon, the energy arcs between you and your opponent. So you go to swing, you do manage to land a blow, but there's this arc of energy that comes back towards you. And you are temporarily blinded by the light.
Nice. What
Show
does
that
blinded do
our
to me?
players. I have shown the thing, but you increase the DN for any site-based, including combat tests, by 4. And then, other things as I deem appropriate. But you may roll damage, which I'm sure will kill this poor little mite.
Yeah, I absolutely will.
Poor, indeed.
Yes, this poor little creature.
Go damage.
It's
13.
13, good. It's dead. Surprise.
Ah!
I hate you. Oh, I think I forgot something. Do you want good news, everybody?
No.
I would. Yes, please.
Yes.
Can you up my rune count by 2?
2?
Okay.
Because I've got 2 criticals on you, and every time I get a critical, I get a rune dice.
I will blow you up.
Blow me up. Come blow me up. All right, so that's the end of the first combat round. We come into what is actually the non-ambush round. Who wants to go first?
I would like to go first and kill this parasite attack.
Wait, did Reeb even get the go?
That was all a surprise round, and all of you just burned glory to keep seizing the initiative. So that's why it cost you all your glory.
Well, at least let Reeb go first.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to quickly just dum-de-dum-de-dum-de-dum. Medicate.
Oh, to try to identify this thing?
I want to medicate to heal Zedek because he is very low on health.
Oh, fine. Yeah, give me a medication. I'll allow it.
Oh, geez, fellas. Yeah,
See? You win a little bit, GM.
Jeez. Okay, so
I forget every single time we complicate, you get like a ruin die, right?
so you can shift. No, not when you guys complicate. No.
Okay.
I'll shift 1 to increase the amount that I heal.
Yeah, so you'll heal him for 2. So he'll still
Okay.
be wounded. The complication. Roll me 1d6.
1d6.
1d6. 1d6. 5. Ooh. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so you are applying. Here's the complication that I'm going to say. It's harsh environment. Something in the environment changes. So you come and you are applying all of this medical assistance to Captain Zedek. However, I'm going to say that the complication here is that while Zedek is fighting this thing and you are behind him applying this, that Zedek, as a result, loses his footing and will fall into the water. He won't fall or be prone. He'll just be in the water. And I'm going to sploosh you there.
How deep is it?
It's waist high, so he lands in and it's just up to
Yeah, because all I was doing for Medicaid, I just put like a fucking Ding King on his chest and fixed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my
and
God.
so you get 2 wounds back, but you're like in the middle of fighting this insect thing, and then you kind of step forward and lose your footing, but manage to sidestep a little bit to land in the water, not falling prone.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Thank you, Reeb.
There is this like keening cry from the little curse, unless any of you want to seize the initiative at this point and go before me.
I have 1 glory left. Can we save it for assisting on a roll?
That's a good idea.
Okay.
I mean,
then
or I
the
could spend
little,
it and blow this thing away, the slime thing, so just with the grub. Well,
I think we're good.
All right. So wait.
Okay. The little curse mighty dude over here. Actually, no. The sludgy grub goes.
This is what I feared.
The sludge grub goes, and you know what? Its sludgy little wiggle face turns towards you, Lorn.
Fuck you. I seize the initiative. Can I take the glory?
And it spews forth.
I take the glory.
Would you like to seize the initiative, Lorn?
Yes. I melee cast smite. I'm a tiny wizard. Okay, anything that touches me, I immediately die. I cast
That is
smite.
true.
I cast fucking smite at it. Just I obviously go through its defenses. It just takes any mortal wound that goes through it. I just
Zoran.
you motherfucker. Next time I see you at a convention after this pandemic shit, I'm gonna fucking punch you. Do you understand me?
Will you mark me down that route?
I won't kill you. I swear to God, I will.
Please mark me down the rune point.
You son of a fuck.
The sludge gum continues to wiggle a bit. I believe that brings me to my activation.
Go fuck yourself.
You know, Zedek kind of sidestepped and like moved into the water, and the curse smite beside him was definitely attacking. But like as you know, what does your smite look like, Lorn?
It's just about like, you know, from the Dawn of War thing. It's just like a big thing of lightning that goes right through.
Yeah, so there's this like blast of lightning that goes towards the grub and hits all the ground beside it because it doesn't hit the grub. And that light seems to attract the attention of the curse smite beside you.
Oh God, you're so awful.
Turns away from Zedek, and its blood-sucking proboscises sort of look at you as they reach out towards your face, Lorn.
So I have like a cover advantage or something because I'm on higher ground, right?
Yes.
And you complicated. Fuck you.
I do. What is your defense?
It's 1.
Okay, cool. So I'm still going to hit you, but I'll complicate, so that'll be fine. And the cover means I can't shift that exalt, so that's good for you. So I won't get extra damage on this. Let's roll me 2d6 for my combat complication. 55. What's that mean? Oh, actually, I forgot something. I'm a bad person. Before I can do any of this, I have to make a strength test to see if I got unstuck from the hip flask. Which I don't. So I am not doing any of that, and that is my action. So Lorn is spared because this curse might is still attached to the hip flask.
The booze has saved me for another day. Hooray!
Icon to remind myself. Who wishes to go next?
I would like to go next.
Yeah.
You pernicious little parasite! That was my father's! I'll kill you for this! I will attack him with my power sword.
Yeah, please do.
Zappy time.
Zappy.
Go! We got a brain tier roll over here.
Yeah, so
die!
Good lord.
There's an 8 in the critical of the power sword attack from Zedek.
Yeah.
Shift 2.
I don't think I need
it's dead. Spoiler alert! It's dead, and I'm not spending a rune to keep it alive.
You don't want to spend your room points to fuck us over?
No, I don't.
That's what I thought.
So, how do you kill this thing, Captain Zedek, as it's strapped to your booze?
As I see it stuck in my father's hip flask, I unsheath my power sword, light it up, bring it down on it, and just kind of very slowly saw through it. I could cut it in half, but I really hate this thing.
Yeah.
Here's a little scream. Like,
okay. Let's see here. So the sludge grub, it's gonna go now. Hey, Lorn.
Suck.
It's kind of like wiggling back a bit, you know. And then its mouth opens up and it just kind of goes with all of this acidic spittle flying towards you. Let's see what happens.
I know what's gonna happen. Ha! My defense is 1.
Oh, good. I will roll the damage for this then. for 9 damage. What's your resilience?
6.
So would you roll determination on that?
Yeah. I am a glass cannon.
This is why I'm standing right here.
Let's see. Determination. Whoop. I made 2 of them, so I took like 1.
So you take 1, yeah. So you are wounded now. So everyone is wounded but Reeb. That was its attack action. And then what it does is it walks this way.
And it leaves.
And it just like starts going down the stairs as it like pulls itself along, uninterested in you now. Who would like to go next?
Well, I think I'm the only one that hasn't gone.
That's true.
Yes. So here's my question to you. Now, Pie Braine is from an oceanic forge world, which means that he likely has spent a lot of time around huge sludge pits like this one. This machine is an air purifier. Would it be possible to commandeer it to, instead of, say, purify the air, to funnel this sludge water and begin purifying it with a few modifications?
That would be something that would take place out of combat.
Okay. Well,
Like-
in that case...
If you're assuming, like, oh, that's it, then fine. But I don't know if you're wanting to track this thing down.
Well, I'm not going to be able to move because I counterattacked. And I can't see
you
the
can,
creature
because
anymore.
didn't you glory last round to shoot so you could specifically act
I
this
did,
round?
but then I
Yeah.
counterattacked after it as well.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, true enough.
Yeah.
Wrecked.
So I would only really be able to be useful to the party by this. Maybe I can begin the process on this machine. Maybe it won't
Okay.
work right now, but
me a
maybe
tech
later
check.
on it can. Yeah,
Complicate it. I look forward to this.
yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Here it
very good.
comes.
Here it comes.
Oh,
I am no mere Miamino. I am a
you-
tech priest.
You shout this and crack open one of the panels and begin looking at it, and you're like, oh, okay, there's maybe some stuff you could do here to clear out the gunk in this thing and maybe have it do more to the water, which is what it should also be working on.
Hey, GM, can I, while he's messing around with this thing, can I quickly medicate Lorn?
Well, we're still technically in initiative, so
Oh, are we?
yes,
I don't see much.
this thing just walked away. It didn't
Oh,
it didn't
It just left.
Yeah, it just walked away. But that does bring us to the start of the next round. Who wants to go?
Reeb, you can go first.
I will medicate Lorn, like I said. I was gonna.
Absolutely.
Get wrecked, Thurston. You can't stop me.
Oh, I see how that.
Ooh,
I can stop me.
I can. Yeah, that's right. I can stop you. You
I look at my
I can
mortality and
complicate
frown.
you.
D6.
Yeah, 1d6. Let's see who we get here. One.
Yeah, regardless, that brings me up to full, so I'm good.
Okay. So you would lose some kind of item on your person as a result of this.
I will lose one of my stims, accidentally injecting it into Lorn's head.
Because you just assume it's psychological damage he's suffered before you realize
I just kind of like, I've sworn it in my coat sleeve, so I like lean down to help out Lorn, and it just kind of goes swoop. Just jabs him right in his temple vein.
Lorn, you feel real good.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
feel good.
High on drugs.
And you got a ruin point, by the way.
Why did I get a rune? Oh, did someone
Because
give me a
people
rune
donate.
point? That's perfect. The sludge grub comes back. Hey, Lorn.
Fuck you.
It looks at you.
I
and
look at it.
recoils back. It sort of quivers in anticipation, and then
Call it a
spits
piece
it
of
out
shit
to
is
them.
what I do.
As you call it a piece of shit, it spits at you.
And it crits me. Well, good plan, everybody.
You need to stop giving yourself such hubris, my dude.
Lord must
Now you're full
die.
on ruin.
I am full on rune, and it does 8 points of damage, and let's find out what the crit is.
Pluggies, spitties.
I rolled a termination. I know to get one.
26. 26 is ferocious rending. I don't know how acid rends you, but it sure
It's
does.
full of teeth. It's full of teeth.
You suffer 1d3 mortal wounds.
Nice. Is it 3?
Let's find out.
Yeah.
We're gonna find out. It
Yeah.
is 3.
I go like, good job, everybody. Whoosh, and I'm down on
And
the
this-
ground.
yeah, you're all like celebrating your victory. You know, Reeb has healed you, put the good drugs in you, and then the grub comes back up the stairs, turns the corner, and just shoots another blast of its spittle towards you that burns through your chest plate and then starts going into your innards, ripping some of them apart. Yeah, that's cool.
I just
so
fixed
now-
that.
So now you're at 0, which is fun.
So I'm just standing here, huh? I'm just gonna be
So-
like, standing right here.
Yeah, so if you suffer more wounds than your maximum number of wounds, you are dying. You
Mm-hmm.
you fall prone.
Did that already.
And you can roll me 1d6.
1d6, huh? No, so just
1d6,
1d6. I got a
1d6 is
5.
better than Lorn.
You now have a twitch. That's your memorable injury from this thing. So I'm
Nice.
going to assume you now twitch anytime you see any kind of insect.
Now, when I say grub,
When you see specifically a grub, okay.
He hates maggots.
Thurston will remember this. And if you would take any more wounds, you might suffer a traumatic injury. But otherwise, you're good. Oh wait, no. Yeah, that is correct.
Next session, we're gonna get a call from our fucking boss. Be like, "It is your assassin orb. You are going to go to Grubulon 7, home of the
I'll just start throwing
Grubulin
shit with
two.
psychic powers like Darth Vader. No!
All right, who wants to go next? Oh, Captain Picard. All right, who wants to go next? So Reeb and Lorn have gone.
I'll go.
Okay.
Hating this thing which has collapsed my rib cage, which thankfully Reeb had fixed. I'm going to charge.
Sweet.
Gonna swoop up to him, and then I'm gonna cut him in half with
Cool.
my power
Give me an
sword.
attack roll.
I'd be happy to.
Sweet.
I get a bonus.
I respect this.
I would like to re-roll.
You do have one
You won't
last
avoid
breath
the
there,
complication, but
I know I won't
can
avoid the
re-roll.
complication. But
Sweet,
I would
do it
like
up.
to not fuck this up.
Do it up. You'll hit him. Roll
So for
2d6.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Keep going.
No,
Oh, God.
so roll 2d6 for the combat complication.
Jeez.
So
62.
62, which is you are restrained. So something you do like actually restrains you, and you do 7 damage to it. How is my rune looking?
You
Yeah,
got
can I
full
spend a rune
runes.
point? Yeah, I'll
Nah,
spend a rune
fuck
point.
you. Yeah.
Fuck you.
Are we gonna spend the next fucking 30 minutes fighting one goddamn grub and run out of time?
Who gave these ruins to him?
You saw how it is. So yeah, you throw out your back slightly, making that charge, and you now suffer the restrained condition, which I will show to everyone here.
I have a plea. If anyone from Games Workshop fucking watches this show, could next time when you talk to the developers of this game, tell them to say, go fuck yourself with the rune point system to where you can keep using it every fucking time. Because I'm a bit miffed.
Pie Braine, would you like to go?
I think I would like to go.
Okay.
So, in another turn, do you think I'll have this machine working?
So I forgot something that's pretty important. You're also doing this while blind. So
Oh, let's take a quick rewind.
so I assume
No,
you
you
spent
already
the
done your
last
stuff.
round.
Just continue.
Yeah.
So.
I assume you ripped off the panel, and that was your blinded action of getting into it. However, now your sight is restored this round, so
Okay,
you
cool.
certainly can continue if you want. Though you've seen this one grub has like fucking
Yeah. I'm looking at Lorn on the ground. I'm looking at Zedek in peril. And be like, I am more than just a tech priest. I am a Skitari as well. And I'm going to run at him.
yeah,
You're gonna
absolutely.
destroy your
Charge.
microphone one day.
All right, perfect. There's a lot of things that happen at this point. First of all, as you run, you kind of see the blockage down here,
Oh. Hey, look, it's all the people Braine killed.
which is a whole bunch of corpses.
I didn't do it.
Dozen that
Ha!
are
I've solved the
piled
case.
up,
I'm still dead.
on the grate. And as you sort of see this, you start to notice there are some other nasty critters like on the corpse mound.
My
This
body
is-
vibrates.
This is like one of the most horrific things you have ever seen in your existence, as these like awfully grayish, partially jellified bodies have all filled up in the sewer canal, and there are all of these like creatures crunching and moving around them, and you also get the faintest like audible as though coming from beyond the grate, some kind of chilling chuckle from some other entity. So the first thing I need you to do is to give me a fear check. So that's going to be some resolve. It's going to be a resolve
thing, boss.
Difficulties 3 on this.
Ah, good. Ah.
Perfect. You're
Nice.
good.
Oh!
Got a
The
3.
next thing, because you are seeing something that just is not like these type of creatures are not natural, but the way they're coming out of these bodies, this is some kind of like awful warp fuckery. I also need you to give me a conviction roll, and this is a corruption test, as you see something that is so corrupting just having witnessed it.
Sure thing. Ah, another 3.
Okay. So that's very good. That's actually very good. You pass, which is the important thing. If you complicate on a fail, you actually take double the corruption damage, and corruption can never be restored. So you are like you are aghast at this, but don't have any like bad effects to that. Would you? And also, I don't gain any rune because if you fail either of those tests, I get a rune. Please give me an attack roll on the grub.
I would love nothing more.
Yes.
I see. Not on my sheet. I don't see where I am on there. I was in the wrong place. But I raise my sword to crush down upon this awful grub. And whenever roll 20 feels like passing that, it can
believe.
We must pray for it.
Funny.
There it goes.
You hit him.
Wow.
Take the first one.
You hit him. You definitely hit.
All right. I'll be shifted over 3 exalted die, though I don't know if I need to.
No.
Might as well. He's just gonna run, point it, and make the fun.
Yeah, so you take 16 damage.
I have decided the dark powers are okay, and the grub is gone.
And I'll raise my sword out, and I'll say, "Let them who think they know no fear look well." Ah, you're all bugs.
All right,
just
I
get
believe
in
that's
there.
the end of that combat round. Start of the next combat round. Who would like to go first?
I would, but I'm dead.
Well,
Don't
you're
blink.
prone and dying. You can still take a move or a combat, or Reeb could try to heal you again. So,
Like, can I actually do things?
you're not like unconscious
Oh.
or anything. There is no unconscious in this game, really.
Nice.
I do want
Okay.
to say one thing before my turn ends. Can I quickly?
Yeah.
Yes.
Just want to look over and say, "Gentlemen, what I am beholding is vile beyond description. You may wish to brace yourself or avert your gaze entirely and allow me to purge this area."
Okay, please tell me.
I'll help.
Please tell me you're
Crawl.
crawling. Yeah.
I'm
All right.
crawling the
First
entire
of
time.
all, First of
Awesome.
all, yeah, okay. So before Reeb can do anything, you just fucking break into this initiative. You drag yourself. I'm gonna narratively let you do this because what the fuck? Why not? You like crawl over. Give me a fear test. So give me a resolve test first.
Cool. Does anyone have any objections, by the way? I can just go back if someone want to do something cool.
No, it's really funny.
Okay. I gotta find where the hell my resolve thing. Oh god, I'm finding it. It's somewhere in the thing. It is a thing in which I click that was not originally in the thing. Where's the wait? I found it.
Good job.
I found it. Resolve. I think
Okay,
that's
good. You
wrong,
passed the
but regardless, yeah.
Oh
well.
No, that's right because it's willpower based, and thus
Yeah, I thought
you're
I had
fucking
more
thing.
in terms of willpower, but no, it's correct. It's correct. Yeah, I'm good.
Now give me a conviction test.
Okay. Now we gotta find where the hell that is on this awesome sheet that we use. You know, because just filling up the dead end, so we're all not just.
Yeah, it's
looking
like
at
it's just like a.
I
I think
found
like it's
it, yeah.
literally
Conviction.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes. Very
I'm going.
Good.
Okay.
You
okay,
also
so-
passed the conviction test.
Okay.
Though you are slightly disturbed seeing more of the grub friends down there.
Uh-huh.
All right, so you see them. What are you going to do?
I'm just gonna click this thing and put it right over the bodies. Just,
nice.
Now here's my question, right?
okay.
Is that flame breath or is that the molten beam?
That's flame breath.
Because molten
Molten
beam
beam.
also has that template.
No, that should be a direct thing. That's not a molten beam is one straight thing, unless I've.
It is.
No, that's a straight line for 10 meters. That's a straight like thing that goes forward. The beam basically travels along a straight line for 10 meters in a direction you choose. That's not like
striking targets using a medium blast.
Oh yeah, I just read that too. So what you're saying is I should use molten beam.
Is that you could molten beam and melt all of the bodies, all of the grubs, everything.
Thank you for this clarification. I will do so.
The GM giveth, the GM taketh away.
And I am going to use a wrath die to reroll the failed ones on that. Even though I did succeed it because it goes to the target defense, I just want more. So reroll that. I now have a 7 total. And I assume I have enough to hit all of them.
You hit everything in there, and I'm not even going to use rune or anything like that. You purge everything in that hall. In a matter of moments, all of the grubs are gone, the corpses are gone, everything. In fact, that grub is gone.
So for reference,
you blow off the grate.
This is how much damage it would have done. So I will roll this. It does base 18 damage. It's basically a psychic melt-a-gun. And I failed to roll the other damage to it. But regardless of just... I just basically Dragon Ball Z it. Laying down prone. And I just collapse and solve the issue.
And with that, the water begins to flow freely through, and you start to see the color. And like you hear the faintest, though it quickly disappears. Chuckling sound that just quickly disappears.
Help me.
Are you okay, Lorn?
No, I require medical attention from my Reeb.
Okay. Reeb, fix this man's weak, broken body.
Reeb's just casually walking over.
Yep.
Help me. Reeb.
I put on a rubber glove with a...
Oh, God, no.
Heaving is what is rewarding is the
so with your Medicaid, you can restore two wounds to total.
Nice.
But you get him up and running, and all of you kind of have a moment to catch your breath, having cleared the blockage that's in the system. Reporting, I have detected that this blockage is now dealt with. You have succeeded. Good. There are only several hundred more tasks left for you, Captain Zedek.
Well, we have a long boat ride, Captain Zedek. Let's get moving on it.
May we please endeavor to get a hold of the engineering staff, the ones that are not murdered at the moment, to actually get some of these done?
No, there will be no need. I will do it myself.
All right.
Okay.
What is this, fucking Tigtone? No.
This foolish tech priestess has laid claim to folly at the feet of Lemuria. I will prove her wrong. Or you will die with me, I will die. Die! I will do it.
Braine, wouldn't it be far more effective if you could show that you could get an engineering team that does a better job than her, because you only had to do a minimum amount of training and effort to beat her expertise?
Are you saying that you're willing to help me with the engineering team?
I'm willing to help you.
Lorn, you are the best friend I could ever ask for. Only Zaya bless you. And you, Zedek, thank you for volunteering. And you, Reeb, too.
I'm feeling that this was a critical error in my judgment.
Yeah, what to do? Let's get to it.
And I assume we return back up the thing.
Yeah, are we going?
You exit the Septic Unit 4, having cleared the problem, making yourselves somewhat heroic in terms of the lower population on the vessel, having defeated the servants of the excremental and brought order to the septic units of the debt collector. And with that, we end with Lieutenant Ransom contacting you, Captain Zedek.
Sir, we will be translating out of the warp to meet with Minister Malrad and Katja Van Nord for our next assignment shortly.
Fantastic. Lieutenant Ransom. Send a shower servitor up to my quarters. I need to think. Also send the alcohol servitor too.
Understood, sir. I will get the servitors online.
Thank you. That is all.
And with that, we are done for today's session.
Hooray! So with that, thank you all so much for watching this episode of WarHams. We hope you've absolutely enjoyed it. And as a quick reminder for everyone, after episode 5, things do get adjusted on how these are kind of brought up and presented. Please be sure to check out our Patreon page where we use that as kind of like a blog system to keep everyone up to date. Please look at our past posts there. It is patreon.com/WarHams, where you can kind of get all that up and going. And Thirsty,
and give us your complications and servitor names, because I need more complications.
Yes. So, and basically, when you help out with the complications, be sure to check one of the posts where we're asking for it. We'll try to do a better system at some point. I agree that our current system's not the greatest, but we are getting your complications when you contribute to the thing. Here's a Linktree link. You can also check all the information down below to help out WarHams and help spread the word. Put a link there for the Linktree that kind of gives you all the relevant links about WarHams, Twitter, Patreon, YouTube videos, etc. And along with that, unfortunately, we did not hit our goal thing, but it's always time for next time. If we are able to hit 1,000 current viewers, we will be giving away a thing. So please tell your friends, tell your Discord channels, tell everybody that you know all about WarHams. We would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And thank you once more, everyone who have subscribed, donated to the show, and everything else. So I'm going to go around the horn here once to remind you of who your illustrious players are, starting with our Skitari swordsman.
Yes, hello, I'm Speaker D. If you enjoy my Braine, you may follow me on my Twitter at Super Snake Kick, or you could follow my YouTube channel, which is also Speaker D.
Along with that, our illustrious inquisitorial acolyte.
Yes, this is Earndil. You can reach me at Twitter at Earndilio, because Earndil was taken for some reason. I don't do a whole lot there, but
sorry, keep going. My bad.
That was it.
Okay, and our illustrious rogue trader, captain of the debt collector, is...
It's me, HulkyKrow. If you enjoyed my antics and my burgoyning alcoholism, you can feel free to reach out to me at HulkyKrow on Twitter. It's essentially the only social I use and keep up to date. DM me your weird questions or find out my darkest secrets.
And our illustrious game master who has been fighting it over ruin points.
Hello. Thurston Hillman here. You can find me at all the things at On Call GM. I post occasional thoughts and stuff on Twitter. I maybe, posted like a book I was reading yesterday as research that was kind of important for some of the stuff this session. So if you want to see cool things and stuff, I post them on the tweeters.
And with that, I would like for us to get ready for a raid that we're about to go send you all to. So please stay in for the outro. So, we've been trying to switch some systems over to Stream Elements and Streamlabs. So we're probably going to miss some like ending credits and stuff like that. Thank you all for bearing with us for some of the technical issues. Love you all so very much. Please, please, please pay attention to our Twitters and our Patreon stuff for major updates for the show. Because after episode 5, as we said with our first announcements video, things are going to be massively changing on some things in here. We also going to have to put a vote on basically going, is this even a thing you guys enjoyed, to where if we're going to still keep going with this or not. So thank you all so very much. We will see you all next time. I think I have the schedule right here as I switch the thing around. We'll be back August 22nd. Please put that on your calendars. Please let people know that we're coming back on August 22nd. And I think it's today, Hulky, your birthday, was the other one.
It is today. It is my birthday.
And happy
Oh my
birthday,
god, it is
Hulky.
Captain Zedek Day!
It
It is Captain Day, so happy birthday, Hulky.
Thank
So
you very
that-
much, Zoran.
Bye.
So
Thank you, speaker.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
So with
Birthday
that,
happy.
we're going to now start shutting it down. Thank you all so much for being here. We'll catch you next time. Happy Warhamming, everybody.
And happy Captain Zedek Day!
Happy Captain Zedek Day.